Hello, I am the Ronan Bourne, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Ronan Bourne live stream here on twitch.tv/Ronan Bourne. Oh, it's so good to see all of you there in chat. So nice to not be alone in the world. Let's crack a beer. That's the sound of a man being alone. Shut up! I'm gonna be alone, then I wanna be alone. Good luck, Pawn, says Whooper64. Thank you, Mr. Whooper. Can you whoop it up for me? Because I'm feeling very alone. Less so now that you're here. So kids, fellers, ladies, bitches, today we're going to be trying to put the brand new 9-10 skip into practice in Clustertruck. So if you were here on the last live stream, then you think that you've seen just well enough of the new 9-10 skip, but I assure you, you have not. We have a new skip in Clustertruck developed by me and Snakeathon. Snakeathon had an IL strat for 9-10, the final level of the game, the boss fight of the game, where you could get in, if you were real fast, in 19 seconds. I've done that. It averages around 25 seconds into goal. My average in a full game clear, according to my splits, for level 9-10 is 41 seconds. So 25 minus 41. What we're talking about here is something that's got potential to save anywhere from like 10 to 18 seconds over the regular method on a single level of Clustertruck and on the final level of Clustertruck, and it happens to be like the awesomest fucking thing in Clustertruck that requires all the skill and all the focus and everything that you think you know how to do in Clustertruck to come together all at once. And because we're in the no ability percent category, it also requires a wee bit of luck. Just a little bit. There's a little bit of RNG in there where you can actually do it perfectly, get the method, and it just doesn't come in. Very, very rare. Rarish. Rare, sort of like medium rare. Kind of little pink in the middle. Just the way I like it. Literally. Not with steak, but with Clustertruck. That's why I run the no ability percent category. If it's not a little pink in the middle, if there's not a little bit of rareness to it. Swag Valley, good afternoon. Sajak, and Dickerson Rob, the smooth jazz of loneliness, indeed. So we're going to be running on that. And the first thing we're going to do is actually just get warm on it. I've actually been tinkering with this a bit before the live stream to get warm on it as well. I also want to talk you through it. Step by step, for any of the runners out there who, you know, because this is brand new, it's brand new-ish. It's an old IL strat, but it's never been safe enough to put into a run before. In fact, I knew that it existed, and I'd tried for an hour and a half at one point and not gotten it in even once. But with a little bit of conference from Snakeathon, who I believe is the first one to have ever done this, who, you know, invented this method, I understood better what I was supposed to be doing, and then I modified it so that we could do it almost every time. Not almost every time. At my best, when I'm warm up for it, I was putting it in better than 1 in 3, which means sometimes I'm hitting it back to back to back, sometimes I'm missing it, you know, up to the 3rd or the 4th, you know, attempt, like 3 or 4 fails in a row, but I actually kept track of these things so that I could get a sense of, like, how viable it is as a, you know, thing you can do in a run. And part of what needs to be considered here is that this skip saves so much time that you can actually fail this skip once and still be saving time over the conventional method. I'm late, and it still almost worked. I still got a bit of it. On the first fail, you can, once you're familiar with it, know that you're gonna miss it at about 11 seconds. So, considering that the skip, there you go, 2 shots and we're in. Considering that the skip saves up to, you know, 15, maybe even 17 seconds, oh crap, over the viable method, over the regular method, woo, boom. That's an end clear in 25 seconds right there. You can miss it once, you'll still probably save time on your second attempt. You can miss it twice, and you'll only be losing like 5 seconds or something over, you know, the conventional method. So is it worth going for? I just did it in 2 tries. So yeah, I probably still would have saved time off of the first death plus that one over my average, or at least been like right in the pocket of my average anyway. So yeah, this is run viable, and we're gonna try and put it into a run today. That's sweet, says Swag Valley, isn't it? Jesus, I'll show you, for anyone who's unfamiliar, like what the stock standard, I mean, it's not stock and standard because there's already a skip on this, but it's not a glitch skip. This is our first glitch skip in the no ability percent run. The stock method that we've been using in the no ability percent category goes like this. We run all the way along this hill as fast as we possibly can. If we get here to the front as fast as we can, Satan's arm will clamp down such that we can jump to this truck at 17 seconds into, oh crap, into it. And then we've got to start making our way up the side of Satan as so. Whoa, almost got myself killed there. Just trying to show something off too. And then we get to the top, we line up this shot. It looks good, go it. Ah, I missed it. But if I had gotten it in, you see it would have been 38 seconds. We have to line up that shot because we're hitting the button in such a way, okay, shut up. We're hitting the button in such a way that it presses the button twice, and the game just says, okay, it's done. You did it, you're awesome. Like Hologram 1 just did it and is awesome for 26 months. Holy crap, Hologram 1 with the 26-month sub. Sup, bitch, sup, bitch. How's it going? Thank you so much for the subscription. So that's the regular method, 38 seconds, and I was, you know, booking it there. I did pretty good time. 38 seconds to clear if I had cleared it and not missed the final shot. And this, you know, method puts it in an average of 25 seconds. So, yeah, we're saving a ton of time here. It really requires me to... Now, there's where... Okay, so there's RNG for you. I had it, I nailed it, I did everything right, but occasionally on this method, you're going to be bouncing off of that truck in such a way that when his arm glitches, it's just not going to give it to you. You'll be bounced back away as it snaps out of existence, and you won't get the thrust forward. So there is a bit of RNG to this method as well, which just makes it that much better in my opinion. It's very rare. I'm early. Yeah, I'm early, and that means I'm going to be shallow. It's pretty rare to get that. I have gotten it like twice in a row, I think. But it's certainly not the usual. There we go. Nailed it again on the second try. And we're up, and we're moving to goal. Take this routing for maximum safety. Back to here, line up the shot, run it in, boom. 25 seconds again. It was the high 25, like a 25.7 or something, but again, 25 seconds on that clear. It is definitely run viable. Now, for the runners who have seen this, but don't know how, you know, how to make it consistent, I'm going to try and say everything that I can possibly say about this before we get started trying to run it for the segments today. So the first thing that's important in this is that you run with a consistent speed, like every time. You want to be getting up here at about the same time, because my suspicion is that Satan's arm falls in slightly different positions depending on where you are, you know, once you're up here, or possibly your speed coming and going. But I've found a lot more consistency in this method by making sure that I'm traveling to the truck that I'm going to take the jump from with the same set of jumps with the same approximate speed every time. Then, once you're here, once you're here, you set yourself up on the left side of this truck. You want to be, I'll show you now, you want to be so that you can see the wall, the left wall of the truck that you're going to be coming down on, and it can be a little bit difficult, because you want to be at least there so that you're making sure that when you go to touch, whee, and up to here, and then up to here, and then bounce to there. Whoop! Ah, I thought I had that one lined up. When you touch, what? You want it so that when you're ready to make the jump, you only have to hit the keys once, which is right there, and then you can go, and that allows you to really get into the very subtle timing of putting in this method. So, the two big things to start it out, well, okay, let's try this. Ah! you come in at the side, you can hit it and get the glitch and everything. So number 1, get here in the right amount of time. Number 2, don't fall off the truck, but move exactly to the left side of it and make sure that you can see the flat side of that wall at least a little bit, so that when you just tap the A key, right, was sad? The left key, when you tap to move left, you will immediately fall off of this truck and not be stuck up here, because you want to have as much control as you can get over the moment that you're going to launch toward the arm. And it is a very tricky thing to do, so with me sitting here talking about it, I'm going to be getting it a lot less, but there we go, we got another one in. You want a good touch? Not the bad touch, then? Nah, I didn't do it. I didn't get the skip. I don't even know which direction to go when you don't get the skip. I'm so unfamiliar with that. Mosaic Task Force cheering 100. You want the good touch, not the bad touch. Tell me, where did the angel touch you, darling? Where did the... Show me on the doll where the angel touched you. But yeah, so, first thing, get there in the same amount of time every time. 1, 2, same jumps, same speed, boom. Here, line it up to the edge, fall off, take the jump, and then it just comes down to timing and getting really familiar with the sound that Satan makes, along with that Cluster Satan makes. Because I'm definitely listening to the sound. I'm also watching the arm. Like right here, corner of my right eye, I'm watching when he lifts his arm out. I'm trying to time this based on both the sound that he's making and when I see that arm go out. And for me, so far, I can't tell you anything exact. See? I wasn't on the edge. I wasn't on the edge, and so I tried to step off and take the jump, and that made me late for the jump, and then I couldn't connect with it. Now. Yeah, that's a great one. It wasn't as great as I actually suspected it was going to be. But yeah, it just comes down to sort of feel. You get a... I thought that one could be run straight in. I'm playing with it because they're not valuable now, you know? I'm not slowing down to set them up. But it's very much like by sense of smell. It's very much you're listening, you're letting your eyes, you're letting all of your senses do the work. So you focus, you figure things out. Here's another tip for it, is it's better to be further out so that you can turn into the truck. So if you're jumping straight for where you think the truck's gonna be, that's just gonna make it harder to connect with the truck when it suddenly pops down and is in your line of sight. If you're a little bit away from where you expect, there's another kill for us. If you're a little bit away from where you expect it's going to fall down, then that means that you can turn in. The big challenge and the big problem of this is being there at the right time and being able to turn into the side of the truck flatly. You need to be nosed into that truck really flat in order to stick to it as he raises and pulls his arm backwards just before it glitches out of existence in order to get, what you're looking for out of it. Yeah, screw it, go. 24-second clear. Other tips. There are, okay, if you come in kind of high on the truck, if you find yourself like you're coming in, you're either right at the top of the box part of the truck or you're actually stuck to the cab, don't hit the space bar. Like, you wanna connect with it and then stick to it for a bit. I might have gone too slow this time getting to here. You want to connect with it, you want to stick to it. So, like, after your first connective tissue pop, once you've connected with the truck, and you've been holding the spacebar, come off the spacebar for a second. That's not one where I did that. In fact, I should have my input overlay up. I noticed that it wasn't up from the last live stream. There we go. So now you can see exactly my key presses and stuff. Pretty simple, what I'm doing here, for a runner anyway. Okay, I'm late on this. Yeah, I'm late. I'm early. I left early, so I land late. Kind of want to get that language down, or else you'll be very confused about what I'm talking about. Okay, so right there was a perfect example of that. I came off the spacebar because I saw that I was coming in late, that I was going to connect with him high, and I didn't want to, get sort of shoved off in one of the directions. So I touched him, and then I stopped, you know, I came off the spacebar for a second, repositioned myself, and then back on the spacebar to try and generate those multiple contacts that sort of, you're bouncing off of the truck as it pulls away. A little early, means I'm gonna be low, but I still got it. And then you have to, like, judge, you know, where you're gonna land up here and try and pick a safe place to actually put the landing in. But that's just stock standard. That's just kind of what we do in no ability percent, isn't it? So, doesn't need said. Any other tips that I can think of for this? Yeah. Okay. Right there, I tried. I tried to come off the spacebar and wait up there. In fact, the best, like, height and distance that you'll ever get out of this method, I'm early, is going to be when you're kind of, like, right up there stuck to the cab. When you're right up there stuck to the cab, it could throw you so far that you've got a chance at, like, a 19 or maybe even an 18-second clear. Ah! Look at that. I climbed the truck as we went, and look at how close I am. I come in so high. So high that I decided I'll just try and, like, hold down the spacebar. That's not gonna work. Hold down the spacebar and try and, like, rush it to goal. Because I'd love to put in an 18-second clear off of this. Haven't yet. One of the, you know, small difficulties here is lining this up when you're on top of it without falling off. No. Good timing, good timing, good timing. And I'm right strafing out of it. Like, I don't want to be... I'm trying to rush it for speed. I don't want to be coming into him while holding the right strafe, necessarily, but when I'm about to get the launch, I want the right strafe so that when I get kicked, I'll be ready to start moving in that direction. In order to preserve your height, as always in a no-ability run, and your speed and everything, you want to turn the mouse as little as possible. So once you've got a jump that's going, you want to be able to do as little with the mouse as you can, because it seems to me that the more that you move the mouse, the more velocity you scrub. Hit! Get into the side of him. Yeah, I'm a little late on that one. Didn't quite connect. This is the method. These are my, you know, recommendations for how you can replicate it if you're trying. And getting the timing down is just going to be a matter of, you know, practice. But once you've got it, it comes in pretty damn consistently, and I'd love to see other people making it even more consistent. Missed the touch again. Let's get one more, like, actual clear of the level, and then I'm going to go on to actually trying to run this as a segment, and if we manage to get all the way to 9-10 in the World Hell in the Hell World segment, you know, I'm going to try for this. And I will have the benefit at that point of being more focused. Because I'll have something to lose at that point, so it will help. There we go. That's a good one. Right strafe out of it. We get the pop. Up to here, up to here. I'm going to try and play this as though, you know, I've got time that I want to save. You know, I don't want to die. So line this up correctly, and then go. Boom. In with a sub 25, that was a 24.1 basically. So, or I mean a 24.9 I think. Yeah. So that's the method. And that's what we're going to be trying to do today actually in a run. And in fact, I think for my full runs of the game, for my full runs of Clustertruck, I'm going to dedicate to doing that because I know that I can do it, you know, 1 in 3 or better when I'm warm on it. So I think it's the kind of thing that you don't want to be getting to the end of a good run and trying to make that decision of, ooh, should I go for it, shouldn't I? I think I'm just going to commit to it. And I shouldn't be saying I think I'm going to commit to it. If you're going to commit to it, I'm going to just commit to it. From now on, every run that I put in ends with that. Damn it. Cursed Void, what is up indeed? What is the glitch, says Ender Gamer. Just sticking to the side of this truck. Launching onto his arm at a time when you're not supposed to be launching onto his arm and connecting with it, like this. You asked me, and it just means I get to do it more. I so enjoy doing this. Jumping when he slaps his arm down. The only reason he slaps his arm down like that is, you know, as a neat thing to be here as kind of an intimidation for the player. When you're first completing the game, and if you connect with the trucks that are on his arm, well, he's got them slammed down like that. That truck, exclusively that truck and exclusively that way, then you can get a massive, what we call a mega jump, off of that throws you up here. Now, bear in mind that when we usually connect with Satan's arm... Alright, I killed myself because I'm trying to go fast. When we usually connect with Satan's arm running it the conventional way, which is like this, again, I'll show again, we just run up here, he slaps his arm down miles behind us, we run up here, I'm now going to touch the same truck that's on that arm at 17 seconds into the level. So instead, with this glitch, we're making contact with this arm and cutting off a huge portion of the level by doing so at about 11 seconds. So we're already climbing at 11 seconds and we're cutting off this whole like turn that you have to make. I'm late. Yeah, I'm late on that one. Hard to do it and explain what I'm doing and talking at the same time. But we're cutting off a huge portion of the level with this. We're making our climb start at 11 seconds instead. I'm up to a place that would usually take me the better part of 30 seconds to get to right now. And I'm lining up for the final shot. Nope, didn't kill him. Because I'm rushing it in, because why not? Because they're not valuable, they don't matter for anything. We can put that in anywhere between 19 and 27 seconds, depending on how careful you want to be. And the usual method for that 910, I would say it averages between, like if you're real fast, you might be able to get one in 33 seconds, maybe 32. But the average of a very fast runner is like 35 to 36 seconds, and a lot of us average more like 40 seconds or 41 seconds. Because it is the final level of the game, and so you want to be very careful with that final button press to make sure that you are hitting it at just the right angle in order to skip the second iteration of the boss fight, of having to climb Satan all the way again. So there's a little hesitance, there's a little reticence, we don't want to throw the run away, so we take an extra 3 or 4 seconds to make sure that we're going to get it right. 1/3 is good odds for a 15-second time save on a 38-second level, especially since, absolutely, I totally agree, especially since the first time that you miss it, nothing has been lost. You are, at the very least, you are on even time with a very good clear doing the conventional method by dying, 11, 12 seconds in, and then running it in a 25-second clear, that's 37 seconds, which is right in the butter zone of, wow, that was a fast clear of 9-10 if you're doing it the conventional way. So you can die once, hit it the second time, there's no loss. You can die the second time, hit it on the third, and your loss is anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds, depending on, things like that. So it's not a huge loss to take, having the potential of saving 15. It's totally, it's not only run viable, it's like, if you can pull this method off, you have to go for it. If you can get it down to 1 and 3, you gotta start going for it, and that's what we're gonna start doing today. I need to find out whether or not the live split is actually connected to the Clustertruck server in-game right now. So, let's go into World 9. I'll start it, 2, 3, and I'll start running. Those are 3 delaying jumps that I take on 9-1 in order to set this up. So I can come out of here with a sub 15-second time. Almost didn't connect with that one. There we go. It did not go on to the next level in the splits. So I need to close Clustertruck and reopen it. And I'll probably also stop the server in live split and reopen the server in live split. There we go. But that's the new 9-10 skip, and that's what we're gonna start doing in our regular runs from now on. It means I'm gonna ruin runs. It means I'm gonna lose runs. I'll probably get to the end and be like, and just sketchy and I'll probably like die 6 times and we'll lose a PB, as opposed to like putting it in. But if we just dedicate to it and keep doing it over and over again, sooner or later I'm going to put it in first time, I'm going to save 15 seconds, and what was looking like a good PB is going to turn into a great PB, possibly a new rank, possibly world record. That's what we're going for there. Detective Gumshoe says, I thought I recognized your name. I read about you getting screwed over with the GDQ Clustertruck. Sorry about that, man. That sucks. That's good detective work. Thanks for coming out. Thank you for, the kind words for the shitty thing that happened. Cursed Void, run and pawn. You able to run low latency mode? I need to invest in a 120 or 144 hertz monitor because I think there's a big difference. Snakeathon, who by the way like developed the IL strategy version of that, you know, of the run or of the 910 skip there. Snakeathon thinks, as I do, that there is a difference. You know, just in how quickly you get back into the game between levels and stuff like that. I need a higher refresh rate. If I turned all the graphics settings off, I might save a frame or two per world, but, you know, I'm still PBing and putting in world records and shit without turning it off, and it's nice for the live stream. I love the graphics, you know, the way that this game looks. We're gonna pop into 910, so we'll just keep it on. Pop into 910, turn the timer on. Oh, and the other thing that I should do, then, is also, we're gonna do the infinite rotating grappling glitch. Which is anti-cheat thing. After what happened with GDQ and everything, we've started to... Oh wait, I did it wrong. So I've got the grappling thing turned on right now. You can see the little spinny dots right there. That's for me to be able to grapple. That's what happens when you grapple, that's what's supposed to happen. What we do is, while those are out, we go to the main menu, go to the abilities, turn it back off. Now I don't have the grappling hook enabled, but when we load back into the game, the spinning thing will stay there, it will stay open, and it gives us a way of confirming that a run wasn't spliced. Alright. Infinite rotating grappling? That's a hell of a combination of words. Yeah, I came up with it. I got to name it because I found, or, you know, because I got screwed over, but was able to catch the guy using it. So the infinite rotating grappling glitch. The IRGG. And that's why I went with it. IRGG. So let's go ahead and start running World 9 as a segment. 1, 2, 3. Delaying jumps so that I'm in the right place and I can get the right speed in order to make this method work for hopefully a sub 15 or a very low 15 anyway. There's a 14.8 out of there. Now into 9.2. Off the top of you, out to here. Okay, didn't want that. That slows me down. In the best instance, you can get a pop off the side of that guy and it'll shoot you out into the lava really quick in a way that, you know, gets you in very fast. A 16-second clear there isn't bad, it's not great. We're hoping for a 16-second clear here, which is only really made possible if the level gives you the kind of RNG that you're hoping for. Go. Or if you do what I was trying to set up there and force yourself a mega jump to get a little bit ahead of the level. But even then, it's still just, you know, you need luck on your side. Okay. 14.5 out of there. Bad next level click. Almost defeats the purpose of doing it well when it takes that long to click the next level button. That sucks. But we can use it. We can use it. Pop, pop, pop. Need to keep some speed. Okay. Messed that up, which means we're walking it in again with a 16-second time. Kind of shows you how much delay if you don't get the right jump. Ooh, we've got a good lineup here. If you don't get the right jump on 9.2, just how much delay you might be suffering. Come on, baby. There's the 16-second. That was a 15.9 clear. Okay, you know what? I could probably still PB. Well, I can still PB if we put in the final, like, stage, you know, the new method on the final stage in the first go. I'm gonna keep running. I need to warm up on these levels anyway, so even if it didn't work out for me. Yeah, into the goal. All of these hell levels, by the way, are just nasty for the kind of RNG it gives you. There's so much going on here that's just kind of up to chance and what kind of loads you get, especially running, which right now I have the second place run in the segments on this, on Hell World. So right now I am running for world record, and if you're gonna run for world record, yeah, there's not a lot of room for taking a backup method. Although now that we have this new skip, there actually is about 10, 12, 15 seconds worth of room for taking a backup method if it comes to it. I'm going to keep running. 9.7 is, I've been starting to say it's the easy one, just to get myself out of the mental space of knowing that this is the hardest level in the game. So it's the easy one. It's just kind of, it's a, you know, you just gotta sit here and wait, and it'll just always come in for you. There's no real RNG here. You just, it's a gated level. That's the truth. Okay, I have already messed this level up significantly in a way that I don't exactly know how to recover from. Tried to go left because he was leaning really right. We need some speed coming out of here. Again, messed that up. But messed it up in a more, you know, in a way that I'm more familiar with. So I can bring it in. So there's 9-8, now into 9-9. Pop, pop, pop. Poppity, poppity, pop. I'm just gonna wait on the top of this guy. Take a little pop like that to try and get out to any truck that isn't, you know, on the top of any of the trucks. Damn it, not there. Yeah, this isn't gonna be fast now, but we'll put it in anyway. One more touch and into the goal, and now here we go. Can I get the method? I'm gonna be quiet. Nope! Alright, but we would still be on decent time, especially since I died really early there by sliding off of it. Damn it! I don't think this is gonna come in, I'm very late. Nope, so we'd have to reset again. We're just seeing. This is my first segment run where I actually did this. Come on! Yes! Got it! Got it. It was sketchy as hell, too. What a sketchy way to get it, but I got it. So it's the third attempt. Line this up. And go in. There you go. So I'm not going to let the credits roll, but so that was a 3-minute 59-second run, 37 seconds over PB, because I, you know, let us take deaths. You're a robot! I'm not a robot. Does my voice sound like a... Oh, my voice. How's my voice now? Thank you, voice meter. The voice meter makes me a robot sometimes. Here's how you enable Twitch low latency. To enable low latency, simply head to your dashboard. From there, select channel under settings. Oh, you mean low latency for the live streams. I'm bouncing my signal off of Restream, but we tend to have good like latency on everything. If it seems like I'm low latency, or I'm, you know, it takes a while for things to get through, it's just because I'm slow. Because no, I don't know how our latency is or isn't right there. It's 5 seconds, this Cursed Void. Oh, that's not bad, is it? That's not bad. I don't know if I've got anything. I don't know what's on or isn't. I just come here and I do the Clustertruck. Let's go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, and then in. Take the jump. Make sure we get low for that pop so we can get a lot of speed out of that. Then, yep. 2 short jumps. Out, in for the 14.5, again, bad next level click, kind of sucks my time away. As you warm up over the day, or at least for me, as I warm up over the day, my next level clicks get better and better. Okay, 2, 3, goer, and then get low on this one. Lots of speed, come down on the top. Had to actually slow down in mid-air there in order to make sure that I got through. For 14.7, much better next level click. Now, connect with you, all the way out to this one. Off of you. Alright. I could still come in with possibly a sub 15 if I do this right. Yep. And there's a 14.9. Now 9.3. Now 9.3. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, good. We've got another, like, possible 16-second clear. See how this goes. It went really poorly, is how it went. The RNG in World 9, man. Go. What coast is he on? I am on the eastern coast. I am in Detroit. The reason I'm willing to just tell you that is because if you want to track me down, you know, and you think you can get here without getting shot, then go for it. I'm in Detroit, man. Good luck with that. Down here, off the top of you, to you. I didn't get the kick. Kind of my fault, the way I was playing. I was trying to play it safe. Nope. Gonna have to take the extra touch to get in for a slower time, 16.6. 9-3. Let's see if it gives us a potential 16-second clear. It didn't. I'm gonna try and... Nope. Nope. Just won't happen on that load. Maffycraft with 7 months of subscriptions. Thank you so much, Maffycraft. This looks like a pretty hard sub. What? No, it was easy. You just give me your money. And then boom, you're subbed. Everybody, show them how easy it is, everyone. Thank you, Maffycraft. Go. Go. 1, 2, 3. And we pop. And we get low, and we pop. Take 2 short hops here for maximum speed, and then go. Get on the outside, follow it in for a 14-4. That's just fine. That's not just fine. None of this is just fine. Nope. Got stuck. That hillside is a especially because we're trying to go fast. If I'm trying to just be, like, consistent, you know, if I'm just trying to get out of there alive, it's still pretty tough. But slightly less. Slightly less so. In for the 14-5. Good next level click. Now 9-2 again. Off the... Missed him. Missed him. Again, just trying to get every little bit of speed. No. Every little bit of speed out of this that I can do. Which means I'm trying to rush some things. Go! But you know... I've messed that up. You know... Subbing is easy. See, says Lucid SSB. That's exactly how subbing works. Everybody do that. Thank you for the 100 bits. Sandy Lot was timed out due to shame. Oh, you don't have your sub anymore. Well, show Maffycraft how easy it is. And then you can have the... Oh, by the way, we're going to have new emotes coming in soon. Starbit Gaming with the sub. See? It's just that easy. We're going to have some new emotes coming in. I haven't submitted it yet, but we've got an anime pawn made by who you can find on Instagram as Polterghosts. Polterghosts, but meet on our Discord server. And who? It said it was Lumi. That's the thing, is there's too much stuff happening right now. Lumel, TPM, Luminescence, Lumit, with the 100 bits. It's easy, see? No problem, you just throw bits in my face. That's how you do it. And then Mosaic Task Force gifted a tier, 1 sub, gifted a tier, gifted Tears for Fears, gifted a CD containing a collection of the best from Tears for Fears to Saint Elot. There you go, now you're back. You got them Ronin pawns again. What is your internet, by the way? Upload, download speed. I pay Comcast a ridiculous amount of money, just because everyone does, because it's Comcast, not because I do have the upgraded thing. I think I've got a potential of 200 and some down, but I don't have a modern router or modern cable modem for it because I use my own. So I get about 100 down and 12 to 16 up. Maybe it's 12, maybe it's 14, something like that, up. So we do these in about 6 megs per second, to make sure that, you know, you guys can watch them. By the way, if anyone has trouble, you know, watching these, we also broadcast to YouTube for that, because YouTube always gives us transcoding. I'm not a partner on Twitch, so Twitch only gives me transcoding when it feels like it. But on YouTube, we always have it. So if you go to pawnlive.roninpawn.com, that will take you to the place where the VODs are, or just youtube.com/roninpawn for the main channel. And go. I said and go. There you go. We have to start the auto splitter ourselves manually when we're doing segments, but once it's running, it will take care of it itself. Again, I fucked this up. I was going to say, though, that we don't actually have to run the fastest we've ever run. We don't have to get every skip, because if we get that final 9-10 skip, we're gonna save time. So I can lose, like, I could be behind by 10 to 12 seconds, probably, and still, well, by 15, potentially. I think probably 10 to 12 is the safer place here, which means I don't have to reset on every little time loss. And I will bear that in mind. I've got at least 10 seconds here that if I happen to get lucky and put in... Alright, put in the 9-10 skip, the new glitch, first try, that we suddenly get back. So, bear that in mind when you're seeing red come up on my splits. I'm not running as fast because I don't have to. I'll be willing to take more, you know, crap. So that's a good 9-1, a good 9-2. We're going to stop here, let that happen, because I could see that it was going to happen. And I've got connective tissue to make this jump to get up here, which means we could wrangle a 16-second clear, or a 17-second clear, which is, you know, almost as good, except for 1 second is the difference there. If you check your kindergarten math, you just look in with your teacher. God damn it. I need to reset on 9-4 as soon as I get in and hit the reset button, because the first load of RNG on that level is the worst. Double up. Yeah. Gets a little bounce when you're coming in. Thank you for the sub. I has a carrot. Do you though? I suck at bowling, but today I am a hamster, says I has a carrot. Okay, are you just trying to break other people's minds with that? I has a carrot says I suck at bowling, but today I am a hamster. I'm already running I don't need that in my head, too. Trying to piece together why it is that you're a hamster who likes bowling. But you're not usually a hamster. You presumably usually do like bowling. But you has a carrot, so you're a hamster. Hamsters they'll nibble on a carrot, but more, you know, it's usually like a rabbit. And you're not, are you usually a rabbit? Because if today you're a hamster, but usually you has a carrot. You know, and that's all. Like, you're a hamster today, but you also has a carrot. If usually it's just the carrot that you has. And then how does bowling play into it? Like, is there a league for carrot-having hamsters? That's the kind of shit you want to happen on 9-2. That would be great. But it's very hard to go. Yeah, if somebody unravels the I has a carrot hamster riddle, that they just posted in the New York Times, a $10,000 reward, I'm pretty sure. You let me know before you submit it, and I promise I won't submit it first. There are see? I don't need any of your crazy shit in my head. I've already got, like, more than enough. More than enough. And go. And go. Yep, we're in. It's not a great time, but we're in. And we can lose seconds here. We can lose lots of seconds here. Yeah. Okay. Not a lot of trucks. I'm gonna try and force a mega jump. I didn't get it. It just didn't squeeze appropriately. So that's just a bad 9-3, no way past. I'm willing to lose a little time. I'm willing to lose all the time, you know. Uh-oh. Yeah, didn't make that quite right, so it's gonna come in a little bit slower. I'm guessing a 15-6. 14-9? Wow, I underestimate my ability to suddenly get fast. Alright, go. Yep, just like that. Takes me all the way out to here. Pop, pop, pop. This will be the low 14 if I get it. Yep, 14-1. That's what we're looking for. 9-3 now. Stop. Don't stop. Believin'. Wow. That was pretty good use of that scenario. I'm just gonna hold here for a second so that I can come through and stay alive. Reset immediately on this level, pawn. You needed to do it faster than that. Okay, reset again, because I'm still willing to, like, lose the time knowing that we've got so much potential time save at the end. Nope. Give me something like that, please. Thank you. Forcing a little half mega jump in order to get some air again. Okay, we lost a lot of time on there, but it doesn't matter if we can get to 9-10 and put it in the first go. 9-5 now. Perfect. Yep. Yep. And yep. For the sub 15. 9-6. We're just gonna bounce our way up this hill. Just left strafe pops all the way. Get to this truck, try and nose into that guy to get a little extra kick out of here. And I missed the jump. I just missed it. We were 8 seconds behind. Wow. Couple of deaths on 9-4. I gotta remember I'm running against my own second fastest in the world run here. Maybe I can take one death, is the thing. Not that friggin' many. Boggles my mind that one of the most developed country has worse internet for 10 times the cost than Romania, for example. Doesn't it though, Karakater? I love saying that. And it doesn't look like it has an extra "k" in it between the, it's just character, but I love saying Karakater. You don't mind, do you? Are you Romanian? Go. Are you a hamster? Do you has carrot? How do you feel about bowling? 1, 2, there's a reason I usually count these. 3, delaying jumps and then go. Definitely a way where you don't have to do the delaying jumps. Trixie's world record, he doesn't delay. He also comes in 14-2, and when I'm on, I come in with like a 14-4, so there's not that much time save. Wow! Stop. Go. Yeah! Nice. Sub 14 out of there. Let's go. 9-3. Stop. Go. Go. Good. Good. I've got connective trucks to get up to here. Just wait for that to pass. It's not good. For the 16-second clear, I'm not going to make it either. Shit. I did everything I could to try and get it, though. And that's all you can do when you're running hell as a segment is everything you can possibly do. All of the tricks. It's going to give you a bad RNG. You're just going to have to deal with it. Alright, this one looks good for a 14-5. 14-3 even. Go. To there. Out to you. Straight to you. Pop, pop. Pop. Go. Came in too low. I'm going to have to touch down on this truck. Still a decent 15.2 out of there. Considering. Stop that. That's going to get touched. I'm gonna have to go for it, even though I don't have confidence in it. Because we need that 16-second time. Well, we need a low time. A 17.7 is just fine. We'll reset immediately on 9.4. Try and get some speed. And then some height. Okay. Need the speed and the height. Oh, thank you for putting your butt down at just the right point for me to stay alive there. And we're out with a 15.7. 1, 2, 3. Lots of levels in 9-10. I do a 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is a good one. This is going to be faster than the huge. Yep. There you go for a 14.7. And now again on 9.6, just going to climb this hill with some pops. Would like to get up there a little bit earlier than I did last time, so I have more time to set up for it. And then into the side of you, kicks me all the way out to this guy. Land and jump! It ate my jump. It fucking ate my jump. I connected with him, but I connected in such a way that it decided I shouldn't have a jump. We're doing very well, though, for the segment run to be getting up to 9.6s and 9.7s. Like, when we ran this without that little skip at the end, with, you know, before we developed the new 9.10 skip, we were here for 5 hours. I don't intend to be here for 5 hours. I don't want to be. I don't think I'm going to run World 9 exclusively today. Just want to, you know, make an effort, considering we've got a new method, to get in a better time that shows off that new method that we can get onto the leaderboards. 14.9 out of there. Decent times so far. I can just go. Okay. Yep. Gonna stop back here. See what happens. Oh. Brilliant. They give it to me. That was a gimme. We're in for the 16-second clear. Click the button, please. Reset immediately. 9.4. Oh, I got the speed. Okay. A little bit of height. Watch out for that. Bye. I got in before the claw. That's great. 2, 3. Go. Go. Brilliant. Brilliant, even faster than the last one. For the 14.5. 1, 2. There's no counting here going. You just pop your way up to. Oh, okay. 7, 12, 53. Carrot. Okay, how far did I get? Not far enough. Not as far as I like to get. Come on. Get me in. Yes. 19.3 into 9.7, the easy level. The one where there's just no challenge. Every time it's perfect and the same, and you never take a death here. Because the physics are so reliable on this level. I'm gonna... One more. And we took a bunch of deaths here. Physics are reliable, it's really easy. You just gotta... Alright, fuck it. 9-7 is the gatekeeper here. If you can get past 9-7, then you're, you know, still likely to fuck everything up on 9-8. In fact, before we get to 9-8, because I've messed it up every time, yeah. I was trying for a method where I was getting so much speed. Okay, don't kill me there, for Christ's sake. Getting so much speed that I could come off this, get to the top of this one, and then all the way out to here, slow down, pop out, come back, and then drive in with a nice safe sub 12. That's what we're going for, but getting this speed right here, I've already messed it up. It's very tricky. Out, in, oh, eat shit and die. I was clear of you. That's the way. That's what I want. And then from here, out, back in, I'll take a great big pop and go straight to goal off of it for a low 12. That would be great. Yeah, that's the way to do it, Pawn. Alright, so it's fall off this guy, fall off this guy. Alright, it ate my jump. But if I'm just making a little bit of speed off of each of these, touching back down, then I can get on the top of this one, get all the way out to you, right. If I get a little bit lucky, then in for an 11-6. Okay, that's how we're gonna do 9-8 when we get to it. Here we got gigabit internet for $10 a month. I'm gonna tell you what I pay. And I pay this because I've got the special that you get for like the first 12 months or 24 or 18 months. I pay $64 a month for 200 down, except for they're trying to get everybody to upgrade to a new modem because they can sell you a modem or get you to rent it from them. So my 200 down doesn't work. They only get me like 100 and some down, and then I get the 12 to maybe 14 up for $64 a month. These are the operating costs. I need to get the hell out of the United States. If anyone knows a good place where I can repatriate easily. Thank you, Juke Talks, for the subscription. I pay $115 a month for gigabits, says MM4005. You're here. Is it to any of the many competitors in the market, like AT&T, Comcast, or AT&T and Comcast in the completely non-monopolized market that the FCC deregulated against the will of the American public after taking a vote, and 80-some% came back and said, no, don't deregulate the internet. Or is it, which one is it? There is WOW, there is Verizon, but it basically comes down to AT&T and Comcast for home internet. But, you know, none of the government seems to be breaking up these big companies and making them compete with smaller. Go. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know why it is that we end up paying so much more than the rest of the world pays for such shittier, you know, service. I don't know. I don't know how it is, considering that the current FCC chair is Ajit Pai, former employee for Verizon. I have no idea how it is that we ended up in this situation. You know, where they took a poll. It said, they took polls for a decade, like trying to convince people, no, let us deregulate the internet. Literally, like agents within the FCC of the main companies, the big companies spending just gobs and gobs of money on marketing campaigns to try and get people to believe that, no, what you want is a deregulated internet because, you know, capitalism is good, and, you know, anything less is a socialist, or something like that. You know, whatever their bullshit arguments are. That took a long time to get out of. We've lost significant time, but again, the time save at 9:10. And then, turns out, they took the last vote. The vote came in the same way it always fucking had for the past decade, and they just did whatever the fuck they wanted to anyway. I don't know how it is that we end up paying so much more in this oligopoly state of American corporatism. Fuck! I can't believe I messed this level up. It's because I'm thinking about Agent Pie, naked. And you know, I'm sorry for him. A tiny little thing, you know? Just dangling. No rigidity to it whatsoever. Shit! We're too far behind anyway. Net neutrality got blown up like an atom bomb. Yes. And there's an overthrow. There is a current overthrow of the American government. And we're all waiting. We're all waiting for all those guys in Texas, you know? With the underground tool shed, the bunker full of weapons that have just been waiting for the day that the American government turns against the American people and ceases to respond to the will. Like, you've been waiting. Hey, I don't know if you heard it or not, but the FCC took a vote from the American public and then did the exact opposite. Your day has arrived. Time to open it up. Grab your AR-15s. Let's go. Let's get to I don't know where the FCC is, you know, some building somewhere, right? Yeah. I needed a mega jump, and I'm still thinking about Agent Pie naked. It's so sad. It's so sad. You know, that one ball, too. I wonder how he lost it. Looks like he was born without it, is the thing. He's one bald, flaccid little member on the little fucking prick. It's just such a, you know? It's like, really, they should, instead of for the ASPCA commercials where they get you crying and looking at little puppies and whatnot that have been mistreated, they should really just put a shot of, you know, Agent Pie's groin. You'd be like, oh my god, that's so sad. And then show his wife. And then, you know, that'll be even, and you can think about how sad it is for her, too. The pictures I've seen, by the way, made possible by the government's like hologram something program where, you know, where the government absolutely is looking at your dick pics. The government is absolutely looking at your dick pics. It's part of it. That is what Snowden, what, you know, James P.Q. Snowden. That's what he risked everything, his citizenship, and, you know, his life in America in order to communicate to you, and you just ignoring the fact that your dick pics are being circulated in the office, in the halls of the White House. You know, where are the RPGs that you guys have been buying at the, you know, local gun shops, waiting for the day that the government turns on the American? Like, at what point are you gonna whip it out there? Home fry? Or are you like Agit? Oh! Go. 14.5. We're gonna land this guy, come off the top of him with a good deal of speed, connect with you, keep that speed, straight out into the middle of the lava. Pop, pop, poppity pop, and then across here, carry the speed through that last little touch, and I can go straight to goal for a 14.2. Now into 9.3. We need a little bit of luck. We need a little bit of fortune. The level has to decide that it likes us today. It doesn't like us, but it may be willing to tolerate us. No, not for a good time, it wasn't. Not for a good time. We're gonna pull on. They are trying to take our guns away, too, says Cursed Void. Well, before they do, quick! To the FCC! Here we go. Here we go. To the halls of the FCC, where we know there is a measurable true. The day that all of, you know, David Koresh's followers were waiting for. Actually, they got the day that they were waiting for. Oh, that would have been so good if I could have skipped that extra hop. Because the government actually did, you know, fall down on them and murder them for no reason. For no reason. Yeah. The day is here, the time is now. If you're not gonna go now, when are you gonna go? Like, what does it take, huh? And literally, we've got, you know, I've been criticized on these live streams for saying on these live streams, we have internment camps on the southern border. So we got internment camps on the southern border right now, you know, holding human beings as though they're cattle, where certain representatives just want to leave them, you know, and hope that at some point people won't be looking and they can just kick them out. We got internment camps on the southern border. We've got portions of the U.S. government, the FCC, which are in the hands of corporate entities now. Measurably, not just like conspiracy theory, like, yeah, well, that's kind of how it's always been. Yeah, but now it's like fact. It's indisputable fact. After they deregulated the internet, because of the polls that they took, if they didn't want people to know, they really just shouldn't have asked, you know? Should have just done it without running the vote. But they had been running it for, you know, like 12 years or so I guess that wasn't going to fly one way or the other. But yeah, if there's going to be a day of comeuppance, I mean, the reality is that you can't fight, you know, Washington and the government that way. And that's why we need to get rid of the Second Amendment. We do! There's the only thing the Second Amendment is good for in the modern world is preventing states and local communities from deciding what they want to do with guns. You know? Like, if the federal government did not mandate that, you know, everyone had to have the right to have arms right now, here's a couple of things that would happen and that wouldn't happen. Starting with what wouldn't happen, Texas, as a state, would not fail to vote into their constitution the right to bear arms. Probably Michigan, where I live, would vote it in too, because we're a big hunting state. Like, there's lots of states where hunting is part of the culture, where guns are part of the culture, where it's just, and where they don't, you know, consider themselves to have, you know, problems, significant problems with the kind of gun violence that other places have. So those places would immediately, if they don't already have constitutional laws in place, you know, vote in that we get to keep our guns. You just get rid of the Second Amendment. You don't necessarily, you know, you don't like outlaw anything. You just say we're getting rid of the Second Amendment. You let the states do what the states find, you know, prudent given their situation. Because there are certain places in certain states that have massive problems with gun violence who need to be able to address that by curbing, you know, the ownership of weapons to whatever degree that their populace decides, that the people decide. So you get rid of the Second Amendment, and then people can, you know, people can decide how they're going to address this huge systemic problem of violence, for which we have, you know, of gun violence, for which a lot of places just don't have a solution available to them. And what happens is that the people and the states where people want to have guns and where people value the right of having arms will continue to have arms. And the places where they have significant problems with gun violence will, you know, start enacting legislation, probably not outright banning of weapons. You know, maybe California might do that. But rare few states are going to make that choice, but they will, at that point, have the ability to say which types of guns and, you know, who gets to have them and things, and they can sort of curb things, and they can experiment with it to try and see what can be done to address a legitimate, actual problem of people killing each other with, you know, fully automatic weapons that they have no use for other than killing each other. So it's not a take the guns away proposal. It's a, you know, take the restriction that is currently, shit, I'm not going to make it in a good time out of there, that is currently imposed upon the local, you know, governments, that the citizens all have to maintain the right to have arms. You take that away, and then you let people try and figure it out. Right now, you can't even try and figure it out. That's my perspective on it. And more so where the Second Amendment comes into place, I just don't feel that it has a purpose in the modern world. Because as I'm saying, like, if you actually want to fight Washington, you know, if you actually look at the FCC and say, oh my god, that's a government overthrow, we need to do something, it's not going to be done with, you know, the amount of guns that you can bring forward. Like, we can solve these without having to kill a whole bunch of people, without having to start a civil war. And, you know, wouldn't it be nice if we could do it, that way instead? Go, 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 go. Hey! And in for the 13-8, that was a nice clear off of 9-2 right now. I should probably focus on the run a little bit instead of just driving off, you know, viewers with my, with my politics. There's a reason Twitch didn't want me as a partner and didn't accept my application. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There you go. I pulled it in for a really bad time out of there. Still alive, technically. We lose 4 or 5 seconds off of that clear instead of the clear that we want. But I also didn't reset on here, so we save a half a second over how long it usually takes me to reset anyway. 9-5 now. 1, 2, 3. And we know that at the end of this run, we have the potential. Oh, I've messed it up again. We have the potential for a over 10-second time save if I happen to get it. Skill and luck. Go, go, go. Get up there a little bit faster. Thank you. And then into the side of you. Nice big pop. Sends me not where I wanted to be. Oh, God, that just about went up my rectum. Oh, hardly knew him. That wasn't good. We lost more time there. 9-7. Let's just run through this really easy level, super fast. We won't even get stuck in the Valley of the Shadow of Death, and that'll save the time for us. Boom. Nope. Stop. Yeah. Yeah. And wait for your nose up, and then into goal. Yeah. All right, we're through 9-7. Remember how you do this. One more. Take the speed. Uh-oh. Okay, had to pull it back, but still out with a great time, 11-8. That's a lot faster than we did in the PB, I believe. We're finally to 9-9, man. If I can come out of here without killing myself. Okay. Come down on the second one. No! 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 Fuck! It's over. It's over. I got the wrong jump here. I'm gonna do it again. Pop. Pop. All the way out to the third truck. I think where I prefer to be. It's not good. Yep, that's fine. That is fine. That's in. Thank you for the 24. And then 9-10. Let's just finish this out if we can, or at least see how I do on the method. Oh, I nailed it first time, and I got the bad RNG. I nailed it first time, and there is the chance, low percentage, that you will just get unfortunate and you're bouncing off of the truck. Ah. Damn. Good time for that to happen, though, because we were on bad time already. So, we do it again. We start from scratch. Which statistic? From which places? What demographic? What culture? A million things make studies on a large scale unfeasible. Who are you responding to there? Make guns illegal makes police work way easier, as there is no doubt if it's a legal gun or not. That is the benefit. That is the primary benefit, is that, people will still have guns, is the thing. You make guns, having a gun illegal. People will still have the guns. They don't just disappear. But the benefit is, if someone who, is a bad person doing a bad thing, is found with a gun, then there's a massive penalty for it. And that's how guns just sort of sieve themselves off of the streets. You don't go out and try and, door to door, we're gonna get your guns back. No, you just make laws that say if you are caught with a gun, then here's what's the penalty gonna be, and we're gonna take the gun. And then if you're caught with a gun while in the act of a criminal activity, well, then the punishment is going to be an extra 10 years on your sentence because you had a gun. Before we even consider how you used the gun or what was going on there, just boom, automatic, extra. This isn't gonna, there's no way I could even make the mega jump work to get there. It's by having legislation like that that the guns slowly start to sieve themselves off the street. People in industries, by which I mean drugs, mainly, who usually, go about with guns, will see their colleagues in the industry being picked up by the police and going away for incredibly long sentences, and decide that it's just not worth it. At the end of the day, most crime, most organized crime, is it's a business. I mean, all organized crime, it's a business. They're just trying to make a living. I mean, trying to make a very decent living. They're just trying to, make financial opportunities for themselves. And if you if the penalty for being caught doing what you're doing grows so steep, and all you have to do to reduce that penalty is not carry a, projectile weapon with you, they're going to make the smart decision. Eventually. Eventually, after enough people go away and enough, that kind of thing, they will start making that. So that's how, getting guns off the streets actually rolls out. It's not a door-to-door, give us your guns. No, it's just you make some laws saying if you have a gun and, we pull you over, there's going to be a hefty fine and we're going to take your gun away. And if you have a gun and, you're robbing a bank, then the already hefty, penalties that exist for that kind of a thing are going to be that much more awful, or they're going to be that much more heavy-handed. If you have a gun and you were doing something that can be considered criminal behavior, then, oh shit. Yeah. Because that's what it is it's just another policy to try and discourage people. It's a deterrent. It's like the lock on your front door. It's like the lock on your windows. Trust me, I can get through your front door, I can break your windows. I know because I've been broken into, and I've been assaulted in my own home, and I've had to fight a man, and I bought a shotgun so that if he came back, I could fucking kill him. And if you want my shotgun, you best goddamn well present me with a police force that isn't the Detroit police force that actually does their fucking jobs when they're called, if you want my shotgun. I have a very weird perspective on this, because, I recognize the need of a populace, having been in the situation myself, to be able to defend itself in the absence of an adequate, state government, in the absence of an adequate police force that does their job, that cares, that, that actually comes when you call them, 911 that doesn't go busy. I live in fucking Detroit. I have a gun. My point is that we need more opportunity for solutions on the table. And so long as the Second Amendment stands there and from on high in the ivory towers of the federal government, it is mandated that gun ownership be a thing, an availability to every citizen outside of the minor federal, the places where even the federal government has, come down off of that and said there are reasonable restrictions and that kind of a thing. Oh, still alive. The states need more, ability to make their own fucking decisions. 2, 3, so that they can address their problems. One of our problems in Detroit is that our police force is not really a police force. We have an organization in the city of Detroit, and I heard the cheer, and I will come back to it. Organization in the city of Detroit that exists primarily, it's a private organization that exists primarily for the purpose that, so that citizens can call them and report, like, drug activity, and then they will call the police and pass it along. Because we cannot trust the police force to not be in the pockets of drugs in the city of Detroit. Like, we can't call up and report, there are people moving into an empty house across from mine, right now, and suddenly there's all this traffic coming and going days and night, and I hear them talking about boys and girls out on the front porch. That's a drug house. There's a drug house that just moved, and we can't call and say that because it's entirely possible the person that you're, call up, there's a 911 record. If you call 911, there's a police report made. All that it takes is one cop who's on the take from drugs, from, one of the various dealing organizations across the city, to have a look at the paperwork, pull that up on a computer, and let them know who put the call in. And whether that's actually going on or not, it is believable. It is not unreasonable to believe that that's going on in this city, considering how the police operate. So we've got a whole organization here just so that you don't have to talk to the cops, because it's dangerous to talk to the cops. So you can report things anonymously. The politics and truck violence stream was the cheer from Lucid. Thank you. See, it's just as easy as that. Subscribing. That's not how subscriptions work, by the way. But that was the joke from earlier. Guns are fun, says Point. How the hell would you know? Don't you live in a civilized country? I love the irony of people buying expensive locks, but having literal glass doors to the backyard. It's a deterrent, you know, that's the thing, is it's all a deterrent. The lock on anything is a deterrent. Your alarm system is a deterrent. You want to talk about an alarm system being a deterrent? I live in Detroit. You know what happens if you've got like an alarm system and it goes off while you're not home? And, you know, they call you. So what happens is your security company calls you and says, your alarm system has gone off. Are you in the house? You go, no, I'm a half an hour away. I say, oh, well, would you like us to call the police for you? And you go, yes. And I know this because I've done this. You go, yes, please call the police. I'm not at home. And the alarm shouldn't be going off. What they do is they then call the police. And in the city of Detroit, the 911 operator tells them, we don't do that. We don't police homes. We need confirmation that there is an intruder in the house. We need someone on site to confirm that before we can be bothered to send somebody out to that alarm. So you want to talk about the things that you think protect you really just coming down to being deterrents? In my city, a security system, as well as 911 and the police force, are really just a marketing campaign. You know? Yeah, we've got 911 and a police force. Oh, will it protect me from what bumps in the night? Well, we've got one, you know, and if they don't talk about its effectiveness and ineffectiveness, then hey, maybe people will stop doing bad things, things will stop bumping in the night, because people assume that there would surely there's some system of justice in the city and people are being protected. Surely. I mean, if you're on Woodward, you're good, because that's where the police actually will do their jobs. But if you're out in the residence where, you know, if you pay taxes in the city of Detroit, and don't just drive in to shop or work, you're not, the taxpayers aren't protected here. Sup, Ronan Pawn, how you been? Says Baby Bearish Jew. Doing great. We've got a new 910 skip. I'm trying to put it in as part of a segment. This might be a bigger task than I had first thought it would. But we've already got second place. It's a hard time to run against. And Cursed Void, Ronan Palm would suggest setting up automated turrets. I've seen that. They work very well in Portal. Unless you, like, talk sweet to them and then they think they're your friend. But Pony69 cheered 10. Did I tell you about the time I was walking home from work at like 4 a.m. and I saw a guy getting beat up, so I called the police and they said they couldn't do anything since I wasn't the one getting beat up. Really? Yeah, there you go. There's your systems of justice. And you don't live in Detroit? For a fact, Pony doesn't live in Detroit. But yeah, that's very much like the kind of situation that we face in just inner city environments in the United States. You know, poor post-slavery ghettos that have basically remained ghettos, you know, where nothing has been done to, like, give the impoverished community of people who ended up here because their parents and their forefathers and their grandfathers were, you know, suddenly told, hey, I guess you're a person now and not just cattle. In the cities that, you know, exist largely off of these populations that have been, you know, just not cared about forever in American culture and American history. What we have is just like no one cares about them. And the argument is, you know, well, it's not racism though, because it's not like, nobody's doing that. You know, what do you think, there's some kind of conspiracy theory to something? No, I don't think there's a conspiracy theory. I think everybody's just in a habit. And there's a lot of violence and crime in the places where you've left people to be impoverished with no opportunity, shitty educations, and no significant, like, police force to defend them. So yeah, there's a lot of violence and crime because they have to defend themselves from what bumps in the night. And they also have to come up with a way to, like, not just pay the bills and stay poor in a poor, horrible place to live, but also try and find a way up and out in cities that routinely perform in the bottom 20% of education in the country. I believe in Detroit we had a school not long ago fall within the bottom 5% in the city of Detroit here. It's like, yeah, there's no racism going on. No, it's not, you know. It's systemic racism. It's racism, and actually, it's a lot classism too, because it comes down to that. You know, it's not okay to be a racist in America. I mean, unless you're the president. But other than that, it's not okay to be a racist in the modern world, and in America. What it is okay to be is a classist. To be of the mindset that if you can't, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, if you alone can't turn nothing into something and create opportunity where opportunity is not presented for you, and then turn that into a gob of money and get yourself up and out of these horrible situations, then it's on you. Because this is the greatest country in the world, blah, 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 and it's not. And we're the richest nation in the world, and if you can't get your hands on some of those riches, which it's not, it's none of those things, but these are the arguments that get levied. And it's okay to be a classist. It's okay to be like, well, poor people are poor because they don't work hard enough. Not because of a, you know, chronic, systemic lack of everything. Lack of everything, of opportunity, of education, of equal opportunity, equal, like, protections at law, equal systems of justice, you know, not being prosecuted harder because you're Hispanic or black than a white person who does the same crime. Okay, I'm on 9-7 now, and it is the easy one, so I really need to pay attention. Okay, 9-8. We'll come back to the political diatribe in a minute. Fuck. Can I still make some speed? Yep, alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna go out and come back in. We're gonna go out and come back in and go straight into the goal. 9-9 now. We're here, man. Don't fuck it up on 9-9 like you did last time. There's nothing to this. Nice big pop out to the fourth truck. There's nothing to this pawn. Nice speed through there. Alright, here we go. Here we go. The new method. The new 9-10. Oh. I'm late. It still worked. It still worked. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's not done. I'm not over. I gotta keep going. Be careful. Be careful! No! I fucked it up. God damn it. I slipped. It's a slippy level. It's a slippy level. I came down on the right side of it, the left, and fucking goddamn it. So about gun control. I never should have stopped talking. That was the problem. You guys let me stop talking. I'm supposed to just keep rambling on about the ineffectiveness of capitalism and the socialists. God damn it. We were there. All I had to do, I hit it the first time. All I had to do was put it in the fucking goal, and I slipped on the way up. That is going to happen. And on a, like, full game run, wouldn't have even been the end of it. Could have just set up for it again, gone in. I would have lost a little time, but not that much. But on a segment, I've only got 2 chances at it if I've still got, if the first time that I took a death was, you know, in those first 11, 12 seconds. Yes, there's a 16-second clear. I'm gonna wait to be safe, so it's gonna be more like a 17-second clear. Reset it. God, I need to get faster on the R key for that, too. Ah, we're dead. We're dead, it's over. Go again. Quan, have you ever shot birds before? I don't think I've ever shot anything. You know, I've shot guns. I don't think I've ever, like, shot anything, hunted any... I mean, I've hunted, but I don't think I've ever actually shot anything. When I was young, I was an archer. Well, I took archery classes, I had a bow, one of my mama's friends took me out, you know, as a kid because he was a bow hunter as well, and so we went out and sat in the blind and you know, waited for the deer to never come, and that was boring, and, you know, but, so I've been hunting, I've just never actually hunted anything. Never hunted anything to completion. I've hunted. I've waited. If that's, you know, just waiting for something to walk by because you left some sugar on the ground doesn't really seem like hunting. Hunting implies that there is like a verb in action, other than like sitting. I think you'd have to be doing more than just sitting. So I've sitted. I've sugar cubed. I don't think I've actually ever properly hunted or shot anything. Yeah, I mean, I've killed a number of small animals with like my hands and knives and stuff. You know, I'm very into taxidermy. But name, if you pop a guy in the chest with a shotty, 99% of the time they go down. Well, when I bought the shotgun, you know, I did, because I was intending to come back here and kill him. First opportunity he gave me to not be, to not, you know, wind up in prison myself for killing him. You know, the difficulty is trying to shoot the guy before they turn and run. You know, they see you've got a shotgun suddenly, and you don't want the back shot, you know, because they're gonna know. I've seen CSI Miami, you know, they're gonna know that you shot him in the back. So what you need is to surprise him. You need to get out in front of them, and either surprise them or just, you know, make them think that you're not willing to pull the trigger so that they just, like, keep staring at you or keep walking towards you, just long enough so you can pull the trigger while they're facing you. And then, you know, if it worked correctly, there's no witnesses to contradict any version of the story that you tell them, you know? There's no other version of the story. There's me and my shotgun, and that's, you know, my shotgun will testify it was fired and it killed a man. Outside of that, you're just gonna have to believe me. So that's how you want to go about that. Oh, I actually managed to clear it. There just wasn't any way to make it work. Let's see. I love listening to your ramblings, said Black Red. It's hard to know when I'm joking and when I'm not, and I'll give you a tip. I'm always joking. Or at least, I may believe that it's serious, but feel free to take it unseriously. If I start yelling really loudly at you because you don't seem to be taking me seriously, that is the time at which what you want to do is definitely not take me seriously. 2, 3. But yeah, I came back here with the intent to kill the guy, because I had spent a week being terrorized in my house and by this woman beater that the police refused to do their jobs and do anything about. She kept coming to my door, and I kept being a decent human being, different than the police force in Detroit, and saying, yes, of course, you know, you can call the police, and yes, of course, when the police don't do their jobs and won't protect you from this woman-beating piece of shit asshole, of course, now I'm the police now, so yeah, shit! I fucked that up. Now I'm the police, so yeah, I'm gonna make sure that he doesn't beat the shit out of you. Which means I have to fight him in the street, and, you know, I have to continue calling 911 and them not sending any patrol cars, and then when the patrol cars get here, having them, you know, decide to just leave because they're afraid of the guy. Because they're afraid of the guy who's beating the woman. They don't want to go upstairs, turn the blind corner, and put handcuffs on him. Not because he has a weapon or anything, because he almost certainly does. Oh shit, I've never done that before. I've never slipped in between those trucks. Just because he's shouting like, you know, I'll fucking kill one of you guys down here. They don't want to turn the corner because if they turn the corner, they probably have to kill him. Because he's threatening them in a way that, you know, they can't be sure what he's got in the dark. Although, you know, unless they'd heard of flashlights, and unless there were like 4 or 5 of them on scene with guns. Other than that, though, if that weren't exactly the situation, then, you know, it's dangerous for them. So what they should do is just leave the situation as it is so that it can remain dangerous for the woman, for myself, who's defended the woman, and for everyone on my block, as well as just everybody sort of in the city of Detroit. There is a man that the police are quite literally afraid of, and so, you know, that's on you now, citizens. Hope you're armed. I took the message, I went and got a gun and was going to kill him. And thankfully, Thankfully, a police officer of the city of Detroit, who's on a special task force, and not part of, like, my local precinct or anything like that, got sick of hearing the continuing calls to my, place, and on the day that I was getting prepared to kill the man, we did call the police just in case they happened to come out and prevent me from having to kill the man. He called in the fucking helicopters and showed up with his special unit team and knocked the fucking door off of the building that the guy was, hole up in, ran in, dragged him out in handcuffs in the fucking patrol car 45 seconds from the moment that they arrived on scene. Now that's how you do fucking police work, in case anyone else from the 11th precinct in the city of Detroit is listening. That's how you do it, asshole. You don't come out and decide, this is too dangerous for us, we're going home. If it's too dangerous for you, that means you've arrived on scene to precisely what you are employed to arrive on scene to. And if you have to kill someone because they are such a danger to you, then you kill them because tomorrow they're going to be that same danger to someone who doesn't have a gun and isn't trained in the offices of policery. Isn't trained as a police officer. I wanted to say it in a funny way. That's the fucking job, cocksuckers, of the 11th Precinct Police Department of the city of Detroit. That's the fucking job. And you didn't do that. And then, that was just instance one. You guys haven't even heard the full story. That's just instance one. That was the first night that she came to my door. Waited an hour and a half for the motherfuckers to show up. They finally show up after we called 911 several times. The wife, or the woman beater, the girlfriend beater, has showed up to my door, like on my sidewalk anyway, twice. I've had to go into the street and threaten him with a fucking fake katana, a sword that I have as a movie prop, to get him to back the fuck off and get away from my house. In the interim, called 911, I don't know how many times that night. They finally show up, they decide it's too dangerous for them, we're going home. I wonder, I couldn't get it from there if I wanted to. That's just night one. The next big, offense is the night that they actually catch him, the night that he actually breaks into my home, threatens me with my own fucking property, breaks into my house, destroys my television, my living room, my glass tops, sofa, or my glass top tables, just the place covered in glass, broke out all the windows of my house, comes in, I and his girlfriend are in the house, having called 911 again an hour and a half before this happened and no one showed up. Breaks out all the windows, comes in through one of them, picks up a lamp, threatens my life. I'm standing there with a fake sword and now a very real steak knife, and I know how to throw knives. And so I had this moment of having to consider, whether or not I wanted to kill him. And it would have been a risk. There would have been some RNG to the knife throwing, because I haven't thrown knives in a while, and it's definitely not like the knife that I used to throw, the knives that I used to throw. Not the same weighting and everything. Whether I wanted to take, a better than 50-50 risk on whether or not I could plant it in his chest and kill him instantly with this giant kitchen knife, the kind you chop shit with, or not. And I decided not, and at that moment that I decided not, the woman decided to run out from behind me and try and, run out the door and get away from him, and get away from the scenario, generally. And she did. And he went chasing after her, and I went chasing after him, and thankfully that was the end of it, because he did catch up to her, but he didn't touch her. She just yelled things at him, he yelled things at her, and then she walked one direction, he walked the other, so I didn't have to kill a man that night. They tracked him down that night. The police came after, I was on 911 while I was threatening to plunge a knife into his chest. They have a recording of me saying, I'm gonna have to put a fucking knife into the chest of this mother. I'm gonna have to cut his heart in half. Trying to scare him. When they finally did arrive, they tracked him down, they found him, they caught him hiding on the roof of a building in our area. He had climbed an abandoned building, and and there's more abandoned buildings in the city of Detroit than there are populated ones. He climbed on top
of the roof of an abandoned house and was trying to hide there from them. They found him, they caught him, they called the fire department to bring out a ladder truck, so that they could get on top of the roof to actually put him in handcuffs and bring him down. The ladder truck, because it's the 11th precinct, they forgot to tell the ladder truck where the fuck they were in the city of Detroit. So the ladder truck came to my house as opposed to wherever it was that they tracked him down. Ladder truck sitting out in front of my house for 7-10 minutes, trying to figure out where the fuck are we supposed to be, because the 11th precinct is full of knob ends, just idiots. Idiots who don't know, who aren't interested in doing their job and who don't know how to do their job. So eventually they get him. I go down to the precinct that night at like 5, it's that morning now, at like 5 a.m. because I've just spent the night with a friend cleaning the glass up out of my fucking house because my entire house is covered in the glass from the windows the guy has shattered and my property that he's destroyed once he got inside the house. We go down because, you know, clearly I'm still awake for the night. I'm up now. And my friend, Greg, says, you know, do you want to go down to the police department and maybe like file tonight while it's all fresh in your head? And I'm like, Greg, you are an incredibly intelligent man. That makes the perfect sense. I'm up. It just happened. It's fresh in my mind. Let's get the paperwork started. So he offers and drives me down. Damn it. I didn't think I could make it, but I figured I'd try. He drives me over to the police department. I get there, and the guy at the desk has me wait for the officers who are actually the arresting officers, or at least were on scene during the arrest, to come in so I can talk to them. And I say, hey, I'm here to like give my statement. And they say, we don't need that. I already got your statement. Like, you got like a 3-minute version of my statement on the sidewalk in front of my house before you guys went to try and catch up to him. If that 3-minute statement. You know, you want to get the full story here? No. No, we got enough. A detective will call you in a couple of days. We got all the information that we need. Okay. I leave. On the words, like, this is what the last thing that the officer said to me. Listen, we don't need your statement. Don't worry about it. Like, we got him. He's here. We got him, you're safe, and that's all that matters, right? And that is a direct quote. We got him, you're safe, and that's all that matters, right? I say, I guess, because I'm like, but shouldn't we file the paper? Like, don't you want to know the story on night 1, like right now? Before I start, like, forgetting things and making shit up to fill the gaps? Don't you want to? No? Okay. I guess. Those are his words to me. We got him, you're safe, that's all that matters, right? The next day, again, my friend Greg carts me around just because, just being a friend, you know, I have my own car, but I also have myalgic encephalomyelitis and I'm gonna have to carry some windows and stuff, so being a friend, doing the friend thing, takes me window shopping. Because I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna get some used windows from the local hardware stores. We got them all over the place here because we got so many, so many abandoned buildings in the city of Detroit that the hardware stores fill up with stuff that scrappers bring them. Damn it. Including like the windows that they rip out and whatnot. So $40 a piece, I can get some, you know, used vinyl windows to replace what were old windows in the house anyway. So we go, we buy the windows, we bring them back home. The last window that we're carting back to the house, we go to turn into my street, and guess who is standing on the sidewalk in front of the building, in front of the house that he's been beating the woman in for the past few days? Oops, did I give it away? Who it is that's standing shirtless in shorts in front of that building? Not 14 hours after I was told by the officer, we got him, you're safe, that's all that matters, right? Why, it was the wife-beating son of a bitch piece of shit. Who could have thought that they would accidentally release him the next morning when the shifts changed and nobody had filed any paperwork and the guy at the desk thought he was a drunk tank hold from overnight, as opposed to the man who had committed so many crimes in the course of 5 minutes at my residence, that he would later be sentenced to 14 years in federal penitentiary for them. Who could have imagined that they would have fucked up so poorly? I didn't run that level correctly, and the things that fall from the sky that you never usually get a chance to see fell on me and killed me. So yeah, they didn't do their jobs. They didn't want my testimony or my statement that night, and because they didn't get my statement that night, there was no paperwork, and because there was no paperwork in the morning, they accidentally released the man who'd been terrorizing myself, this woman, in my neighborhood for the past week, after they finally got around to quote-unquote doing some portion of their jobs. Then they fucked up the follow-through. And at that point, he's free, he's out, I go back up to the police station immediately. You know, we turn the corner and I'm dumbfounded for a minute, and Greg's like, what do you want to do? He's right there, you know? Like, if that's the guy, and I'm telling him that's the guy, he's out. And Greg's like, well, what do you want to do then? Because I don't know what the hell we do at this point. Why would he be out? He couldn't have bailed out in 14 hours. And he's homeless, and, you know, not homeless, but he's a squatter. He doesn't have money to bail. You know, he just committed a whole bunch of fucking crimes last night. There's no way that, you know, he came up with, even if it was a low bail, like $1,000, $500, he doesn't have it. How is he out? He can't be out legitimately. What do we even do? What do you want to do? Greg asked me. And after a minute of sort of just thinking about it and wondering what the hell I should do, I say, take me back to the police precinct. So we drive right back up to the place that I'd been the night before, not 14 hours earlier, standing there offering my testimony that they didn't want. And I say, okay, remember me? To which, no, because it's a different shift. But, you know, I say, so last night this happened, that happened, the other thing happened. The guy is he's on the sidewalk in front of his house right now, kitty corner to mine. He's out, he's on the streets. And the guy at the desk is like, well, maybe he, you know, bonded out this morning. And I say, well, could you check to see if that's what happened? He goes, sure. I stand there for the next 40 minutes as this officer looks at a computer screen and then finally comes back and says, all I have is a record of the fact that you called 911 last night. That's all I have. I don't have a police report, I don't have an event, I don't have... And I say, well, wait a second, how about this? The fire department was called. They had to bring a fucking ladder truck in order for these guys to, you know, pick this guy up off the bring him down from the roof of the house that he was hiding on. So, you know, if you can't maintain good records, what about, like, the fire department? Surely they have a record, or surely someone between the fire and police department who's on that shift is around to, like, corroborate the reality of what happened last. Like, surely we can get something together here. No, 45 minutes I'm there standing. Well, this asshole cannot find any record of what had just happened in the database. The day after it had just happened, well, he's arguing that maybe the guy bailed out. Well, if he bailed or bonded out, wouldn't you have written record of that? So, yeah. After that instance, after going to the police station, after being told there's nothing we can do because we don't know if we want him or not. We don't have any paperwork on him. We don't know if he bailed out, if he bonded out, whether or not, you know, this, that, or the other thing, whether, I don't know nothing about it. I got no paperwork. So we can't, like, go arrest this guy because he's out. Maybe he's supposed to be out. Maybe I don't know anything about this. After being told that, I abandoned my house, the home that I own here in Detroit. I abandon it, go back out to the suburbs, stay with my mom for 2 nights, make some phone calls to family who work in law enforcement in Oakland County, where, you know, if anything, their problem is that law enforcement is too severe and too strict. They got people, you know, serving time for not returning blockbuster movies and shit. And that's a real story. It's an old story, but it's a real story that my aunt, who works at the Oakland County penitentiaries. All right, that was just not going to happen no matter what I did. She had somebody who had been, had like 6 months because they didn't return a video to Blockbuster. So I talked to, and she had no fucking advice for me either. She's like, I don't know. I don't know what you do. You know, you call the police don't come, like, you call the FBI, who do you call at that point? She didn't know, you know? She had some ideas, but the ideas weren't any better than what I'd had already, and the various people who I could have called wouldn't have, like, gotten me back in my house, weren't gonna come out and, like, help me retake my house. So, I go out and buy a shotgun. With the full, intent. Like, I spent the next... first I learned how to use the shotgun. No, not gonna go. First I learned how to use the shotgun, took it down to the firing range. Trained myself in it. And then, like, while I was doing that, I was psychologically preparing myself to kill him. You know, I was imagining, see him, pull the trigger. Don't give him a chance to turn around. See him, pull the trigger. See him, pull the trigger, because I can't have him, like, still alive at the end of this thing, one. And two, you know, just because it can't keep happening. This has to end. So I can't have him still alive. I have fucked this up so bad and still managed to come out of it. Because I know he'll just keep coming back, and I know the police won't fucking do anything about it. And I also can't, like, end up shooting him while his back's turned to me, because then I'll be the one going to prison. So, you know, I psychologically prepare myself to kill a human being, which, by the way, is something that once you've done it, it's kind of hard to come back from that. Kind of hard to sort of turn that around. When I come back, the day that I come back to retake my house is the day that finally someone who's not on the 11th precinct gets sick of hearing the calls and decides, I'm gonna fucking wrap this thing up for the 11th precinct since they don't know how to be police officers. That's over and dead. And he calls down the SWAT, and he calls down the fucking helicopter that comes out, makes sure the guy can't run, because he's run from them on, you know, multiple occasions now. Calls out the fucking helicopter, gets his buddies in, 45 seconds, got the guy in handcuffs, and they actually held on to him this time. Probably because they didn't deliver him to the 11th precinct, where, you know, there's just like it's kind of an Andy Griffith open door policy. Here's the keys, lock up when you leave, with the prisoners, apparently, is what they like to do at the 11th precinct. But yeah, if not for that officer being an actual policeman, and someone who actually had training and was both able and willing to do their job, I was going to kill a human being that day. And my dad was here. He didn't know my intentions or anything. He knew I was coming back with a shotgun, but, you know, he describes me as, you know, just shaking and colorless and that kind of thing and being terrified. I wasn't terrified of the guy. I was terrified because I was about to fucking kill the guy. You know, I was terrified of myself, of what had to happen now. There were no other options, because there was no one to call who's supposed to take care of this stuff. There was no way to do, like, a legal... No. It was the wild fucking West. He needed to die, and I needed a gun. So I went and got a gun and was ready to kill him. And that is why I have such an interesting and unique perspective on gun control and on the Second Amendment and things like that, because I think we should get rid of the Second Amendment, let states decide what is most appropriate for themselves. Could even end up with, like, not just the states, but certain areas, different counties might, you know, could have, like, different rules about possessing a gun when you're in them. Like, we just need the ability to experiment with it, because the amount of gun violence that we have in this country is fucking ridiculous. It is embarrassing, and it's horrible. The amount of people dying to crazy people who have guns and to people who are not crazy, but just have guns. And end up accidentally shooting people and stuff like that, who aren't crazy, but just, you know, really shouldn't have a gun. Not very safe, not very responsible about it, that kind of a deal. We have actual real problems, and I think the Second Amendment needs to just get out of the way of us being able to address those problems reasonably, because it is a hindrance to that. At the same time, you are not taking my gun away from me, unless one of two things happens. Unless you actually got everybody in the state and the country to agree, you know, you got the citizens on board that we're going to give up the guns. In which case, okay, you know, I will participate in that, because it's a societal and cultural move that would be so good that I would support it by taking the risk myself of living in this city just to support that because it would be worth it. Outside of that, then you need to significantly retrofit and overhaul the police forces, in this city in particular. When it comes to me, whether or not you're going to get my shotgun, you need to have, everybody needs to get fired, and everybody needs to have new hires, and everybody needs a whole new round of training, because they're just really fucking lazy and really used to the idea that certain people, particularly the poor and the black and the Latino, don't really they don't get actual police force. Now, if you're white and you're shopping in downtown Detroit, if you've come into the city from out of town to go to the Little Caesars, Hungry Howie's new fucking Papa John's Arena, so that you can drop, $80 on a nosebleed shitty seat at a Red Wings game, and then spend, $11 on a beer. If you're affluent and wasting your time, and are not in any way responsible for, paying taxes in this city or funding the Detroit Police Force, then you are safe and you are fine, and we will respond immediately when you call. If you live here, then we presume you're part of the urban Detroit proletariat post-slavery ghetto, in which case, nobody really gives a shit about you, do they? And we aren't going to either. We don't come when we're called, and we have different metrics for what's, tolerable. A man beating a woman, stands in front of the police, shows the places where, she's bleeding from it, threw herself through a window in order to get away, confront the hostile man in their attic. He's hiding in the attic from the police, who then threatens the police with, physical and deadly, violence. And your policy is, let's just go home. Let's let things cool down. We'll come back later. They didn't come back later, by the way. That's your policy? Really? Would you do that out in the suburbs? Is that how that works, You get, wife beater, knocking around his spouse, and, you come up on him and he starts shouting, "I'll fucking kill you. I will fucking be death by suicide by cop, motherfucker." And do you actually then just go home and say, "Ma'am, you're gonna have to find another place to sleep tonight," because that's what they did to her. He was in the house. He had shut himself up in the attic. They could have gotten to him and come in on him. They didn't want to because it was dangerous. Which means now he owns the house for the night. She, the victim of the crime, is kicked out of her house, needs to find another place to sleep, while the perpetrator, the wife beater, gets his nice warm bed for the evening. Why? Because he did the right thing and threatened the police with physical bodily harm, and threw bits of glass at them on the ground. The ones who were standing outside broke out the window and threw glass at them. So literally, that in and of itself is a whole charge. Forget what he did at my house on that night because they didn't arrest him. Forget what he does several nights later. On the night where they didn't arrest him, if they would have arrested him, they could have charged him with, attempted, what's it called? Not necessarily, because it's hard to convince somebody on attempted murder when they throw a piece of glass at you, but you can get them on intent to inflict great bodily injury, which is what he went to prison on against me. So I know about that call. Dr. Hades CZE, thank you for the subscription. Cops are generally useless donut-eating assholes in most of the U.S. There are good ones. There are good ones who take it seriously, who do their job, and apparently in Detroit they end up on the special forces because they did their job, and so they get promoted, and people start relying on them. And what remains for your ground force, for your just boys in blue on the ground, are the donut-eating pieces of shit who are just looking for, a way to end the call as quickly as possible so that they can go on to the next one, so they can keep processing calls. Fast food service, And if that means leaving a violent man at large in a neighborhood who has attacked the police, attacked a woman, and threatened one of the people on the streets, if by saying, fuck it, let's go home, gets you off of that, and then you can fill in it, we were only here for 15 minutes, That's what they're going for in the 11th precinct, at least in the city of Detroit, where I have direct experience. And in the wake of that instance, I can add that we're going to go to live stream break here in a second, which is why, we stopped running. I can add that I looked up in the year that happened. I looked up what the response time is of 911 in the city of Detroit myself, because there's a lot of different people who say a lot of different numbers in the media, and you can't believe them. The 911 phone records are actually a matter of public record in Detroit. You can look them up. So I looked them up. I downloaded the database for the entire year of, I believe, 2016 to 2017 at that point. Yeah, maybe it was 2017 to 2018, but I think it was, I don't know. And I took the column where it says response time, sorted it by the priority. What I found out is that priority 1 response time calls in the city of Detroit in that year averaged 14-minute response time. There's a man in my house. There's someone, he's got a gun and he's going to shoot. I've just been stabbed. Priority 1, the highest priority they have, could take a quarter of an hour for the police to arrive. That sounds pretty bad. Priority 2 calls are the calls where, sometimes a priority 2 tends to more likely be a crime that hasn't happened yet, but that's about to happen. Priority 2 call would be, we don't have to rush to that crime. Either it's a crime that has already happened, it was nonviolent, no one's bleeding, and, that's a priority 2 call. We'll get to it after, after we've taken care of the hostage situation. Priority 2 tends to be things where people are calling up and saying, okay, there are 2 guys in the parking lot. They are shouting. One of them just pulled a knife. I think the other one's got a gun. You guys need to get here. Priority 2 is stuff that happened, that hasn't happened yet a lot. Not necessarily, but that's, a big part of it. It's like crimes you could prevent, as opposed to show up and then put toe tags on and write up what happened and then go home. Crimes you could prevent, priority 2. The average response time in the year of 2016-17, I think, 48 minutes in the city of Detroit. The average priority 2 response time, something where someone isn't already bleeding but might be in a minute, almost an hour. Priority 3 was 54 minutes, I believe. And beyond there, I think they did have a priority 4, but it wasn't a term that they used that often. But basically, if you're not, being stabbed to death in the background of the 911 call, you've got an hour wait at least, because this is just the average. Sometimes they show up in 20 minutes. Sometimes they show up in 3 hours. When you average it out, it's 40-some minutes to wait. If you are being stabbed to death in the background of the call, hold on to that, vein. You put some pressure on your, because it could be 15 minutes on average that they come. Maybe they'll be there in 5 minutes. Maybe they'll be there in 45 minutes. That is the statistics that I ran myself on the City of Detroit Police Department, and that shit would not fly outside of the borders of the city of Detroit. Just wouldn't fly. You wouldn't, no one would tolerate it. Not the populace, not the elected representatives, not the police force themselves, not the 911 call. No one would tolerate that. If in the suburbs, if in Oakland County, you could call the police, like in the suburbs around here, because I've lived most of my life in suburbs, trailer park homes and things like that, but I've lived out, not in urban environment most of my life. If you call and say the neighbors are being quite loud, 4 minutes later, there are police there knocking on your door and then their door. That's how that works, usually, in most places in the U.S. But where it's a impoverished, primarily non-white urban citizenry, apparently it's okay. It's okay to not come for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours when called, and then when you get there to not actually do your job. You can't argue against, because I've given you both things now, and nobody's arguing, I don't think, But I've heard people say things like, yes, but I'm not interested in one-offs. I'm not interested in individual cases. Everybody's got a story. But what I want to know is the average. Well, I've given you both now. I've given you my personal story where over the course of like weeks or a week, they didn't do their job, they didn't do their job, they didn't do their job, they did do their job and then fucked up the thing and released the criminal again, and then finally they did their job. I've told you that little story, and there's way more to it too. I could go into depth, but I've also talked about the statistics. Now you got both. Which do you like? Do you like, individual stories of horror, or do you like statistical facts that you can go, oh yeah, that, and you can check it yourself? Either one, pick them. It's a shithole. And somehow it's tolerable where all the black and Hispanic people are. But it's not racism. We're going to go to that live stream break that I was threatening for 7 minutes. And I need to pee, and when I come back, I'll have a look back at the things that, comments that you were making during chat. In fact, make it easy for me if you said something particularly prolific, prosaic, something very, that you wanted me to read. Copy paste it, put it back into chat during the break, and when we come back, I will have a look through that, and then we'll go ahead and put in the world record on World 910, or on World 9. Because why not, Nothing better going on. Might as well grab a quick world record.
Please listen carefully.
7-minute break, pulling that out.
Everybody knows why we live.
ya rock. You know why? Cause I don't give a fuck. That's why it doesn't matter whether I'm cool or not. Just a taste of the word gives me the gut rock. It's not pop to just stop like a blood clot. Cause we're here to blow up like we came from a rock. Electronica embezzled by hip hop. Here to kick ass until our heart stops. Hipsters put on their cool shades. And thrifters keep the money they've been paid. And drifters have nothing to say but mind lifters. Don't give a damn what they say.
Wait, undeceivable, shit's unbelievable. You never ever guessed you'd hear this mix, it's inconceivable. Ouch, too hot, baby, back out of the kitchen. This is what you love at 104, so daddy, put your bitch. I'm a poisonous affliction with a fireball addiction. Man, it burns like hell and tastes like heaven. You say bold, itching. Now I got you campus itching. This is music for your children. If you've never heard the cue before, you don't know what you're missing. Hey!
Hello, I am the Ronan Paul, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronan Paul live stream. Despite all appearances, we are cluster-trucking. Took a brief delay and just ran the first 3 worlds over and over again because apparently I don't have to think for the first 3 worlds while I delved deeply into my personal politics. Yet again, if I get started just a little bit on them, you know, it's good. I can rant and rail and not have to not have to think for quite a while. But I did say that I would scroll up and see, you know, what people were saying, and I asked if you'd be kind. Again, Dr. Hades CZE, thank you for the subscription. I don't know if it's the same elsewhere as his Amateur Vend. I asked if you could, like, copy-paste anything you wanted me to read again into chat. Here, the police basically come out of the academy with PTSD and indoctrinated to believe that every citizen is ready to kill them. You know, it's not an easy thing to adequately train a police force, and certain places haven't done it at all. Welcome to Detroit. The stereotype exists because most cops are too lazy to do their job because of the mountain of paperwork it takes to do the job. That's not, and that is a very valid point. That's, you know, there is a fear of, like, if I can avoid doing what I am supposed to be doing here, you know, and then not have to write up a big long thing about it. I mean, in my instance, the thing had happened, they were supposed to write it up, they didn't, and then they accidentally released the guy because they were trying to avoid work. So yeah, there's a lot of like reasons too, and like, I don't want to say the word excuses, but there are a lot of reasons why you could say the police departments of Detroit have gotten to the place that they are. Not least of which being, you know, the situation and the hard city that they're up against, considering they're not funded enough and the city's way too large and there's not enough police and there's not enough training and there's not enough this and that and the other thing. At the end of the day, though, as, you know, citizens, which if you want to liken this to a commercial exercise, as customers, I don't care why there's a dead rat in my hot dog. There shouldn't be a dead rat in my fucking hot dog. You know? Like, it's not my fault. You know, the idea that, well, but it's hard. Yeah. Figure it out, though. A lot of other places have figured it out. You know? Because it's difficult doesn't mean it's not doable. I haven't chosen to dedicate my life to, you know, that. But if you're a politician, then you have. If you're, you know, a police officer, then you have. If you're an attorney for the city of Detroit, then you have. If you're any member of the city council, then you have. That's your problem. Figure it out. At the end of the day, it is not my fault that you can't figure out how to run this fucking city. You know, if it needs to be broken up into smaller chunks and sold off so that people who can afford to do it can do the job, do that. Solve it. It's your issue. You want people to vote for you, but you're going to blame, you know, the people? Or you're going to just try and shirk it off and say, well, what are we supposed to do? You're supposed to do your fucking jobs. And any breakdown in that chain means that someone else can't do their job. Okay, let's find the breakdown in the chain and fire those motherfuckers and put it back together. But it is not the responsibility of the populace to solve these things. That's why we have elected officials. If you want it to be the responsibility of the populace, well, that's kind of where we are, because I have a shotgun now. And if there's trouble on my street, I'll call the police as a gesture, but I won't waste too much time on the line, because I know they aren't coming. I will spend more time oiling my weapon. Ouroboros just subbed for 25 months. Just got here. Anyone made an Upton Sinclair joke yet? No, you will be the first, I believe, although I haven't paid attention to everything in chat. Nomaru says, shouldn't have bought a hot dog with a dead rat. That's just how it is. You should have inspected the hot dog thoroughly. But I was born with the hot dog. Born into this city and moved into this city. They said one thing. It didn't say rat on the packaging. I opened it up. I got here. Just came by to say I hate 9-4, thanks, bye. Sum of best is 249 though. With the new skip, Noah has already started to implement the new skip into the run. Hasn't quite gotten the world record. New PB, but it's shit, so who cares, isn't it? Hasn't quite picked up the world record he's looking for or the PB that he wants to submit, but he's got it. He's got the clear in a segment, so suddenly his sum of best below 3 minutes. I knew below 3 minutes was technically possible. Can anyone do it? I'm gonna do it right now. Probably not, but I will take any improvement to my PB to say that we did a thing here today other than complain about the state of the world. Although that is also, you know, that's definitely a worthy thing, you know, a worthy activity. Oh, you just ate all my speed for no reason whatsoever. I got good and low, did everything right, and you just decided I'm not gonna have that jump. You gotta give me the jumps. I have the upses. You just have to give them to me. Like there. I did everything. 2, 3 delaying jumps off the side. Nice big jump out to here. Get the low disk space so that you won't have a local recording when you do PB, and then you'll have to download it from YouTube or Twitch. And then get off to the right and come back to the left and into the goal. These are all necessary for world record, ladies and gentlemen. When we die, I'll delete something, I suppose, from the drive that stores those. Wow, I should have been dead there. Oh, you should have been dead there too. Keep going though. You can still come out with like a sub 17 anyway. Ooh, sub 16 even. All right. We've got a lot of time we can lose. I keep saying it because it's the truth if we get the new method. All right. Let's stop the recording and let's try and sort out the M drive. I just keep filling this damn thing up, and there's so much like that I can't delete because I still need it. Cold Ham Cohagen with the 500-bit cheer. Thank you so much. What are those? Shamrock hundreds each from 5 shamrocks all over my thing. New hard drive time. I just need to like clear out. You know, I need to dump. The problem is the M drive is just like everything on here is like a project that I might come back to, that I want to be able to come back to, I need a copy of it. Harvin Pawn I'm going to have to re-download from yesterday, so I'm going to delete that. What are you? Wait a second. Do I need to re-download it? That's... Who are you? You know, long ago. I'm watching myself now. So there's, you know, all the work that had to be done. Lots of actually drag. There's this, another, like, you know. How, you know, often do I, you know, say, you know? That's weird. I don't know what that's a recording of, which means I can't necessarily delete it. I know this one's from yesterday. It's only 30 minutes of the show. I need to get a copy so that I can do this week's edit on it. So, but we only get like a gig back from that. I really do need to delete something else. I got so many fucking PBs and stuff, you know? City Skylines, the city of Clickyton. I'm going to have to delete all of my City Skylines stuff. I've got a backup copy like that's already been sped up. So I've got the footage. It's just at 8 times speed. I'm deleting the source footage. Goodbye. Goodbye. And we start the recording back up again. Okay. We're in. Thank you so much again, Cold Ham Cohagen. You know, not much, you know. Can get an 8 terabyte easy share on Amazon for $110-ish. 8 terabytes. God, I've never had so much space. I do have like 4 or 5 hard drives in here. And also some of them have like old, one of them was just an old backup drive. So if I were to clear out that old backup drive, I could just reclaim all of that space and have it for use. But I've got so many SSDs in here, and they're obviously lower storage space, and I want to be able to use them for certain things, like recording, and for editing. That would have been good. So those kind of, I still have a limited space on the SSDs. I've obviously got the main OS on an SSD as well. Okay, that's kind of bad, but if we get the speed at the end, it negates most of the bad. And we did for 14-4. Oh, and then I just didn't jump? Did I not jump? I was repositioning my hand. I thought my thumb would do what it's supposed to do. You can interpret that sentence however you wish. Put that into any circumstance you find appropriate. To the right, and then in. 14-7. By the way, how's everybody feel about sex, huh? We've got the thing on. You know, it says that this is an adult thing. How do you feel about sex? I remember sex being pretty fun. Anybody had any sex lately? Sex was fun, I remember that. I was pretty good at it, too. I mean, I don't want to blow my own horn. Usually the other person would do that. Oh! But, you know, I was pretty good at the sex. Sex was... Boing. 2, 3. Been a while at Casa de Pawn since the sex, and it's just a shame because, you know, you see me speed running here. I can slow down. 14-5. 14-5. And if I just slow down, then I can definitely put it in the speed run, which is what I go. But if you rush, then you just might miss, and then that's not fun for anybody. Click the button. 9-3 now. 9-3. It could be fun depending on the circumstances. Damn it! Another Oh! You came back to life. And it was just too late for you to come back to life. 1, 2, 3. In the full game, we would accept on 9-3, we would accept a 20 or even a 22-second clear, which means I can just wait back there. But in this segment, it's not so much an option. It's 4 seconds difference, you know, 4 or 5 seconds difference over the average if you get the 16-second clear, which means you really do have to try and force it if it doesn't come in. Sometimes the level will just RNG roll you a nice one, and you can just walk it to the 16 seconds. Usually, you're gonna have to put in a mega jump. You're gonna have to force one in order to get through it a little bit faster. Oh, what the hell happened? With the fucking socks, it's 9-1. I'm on my way to world record. Get the fuck out of my way, 9-1. You're nothing. You're a method. You have a method. You know how few and far between the levels are here that have like a just do the same thing every time and it will work method? Get out of my way, I got places to be. 9-2 amongst them. 9-2. Yeah. I get to skip one of the truck jumps to that. And then out to here, one more pop. Keep the speed and go straight into the goal for 14-7. Now 9-3. I'm gonna try and focus a bit. No, I'm not gonna make it. Not gonna make it, and we're being blocked there. But with the hillside, yeah, with the hillside I figured I could probably do that, but it's still a 21-second clear, which we can't really accept. And then I needed the reset here because the first RNG load was insane, like it likes to be. You stole all my speed. Okay, I'm gonna wait here for that to pass and then go in. We're into 9-5, 2, 3 jumps off the front of you. Long jump, short hop, touchdown there. No, I'm out of sequence. All right, so short hop there, long hop here, and then go to goal. It was bad, but it's in. 1, 2, we don't have to count up the hill. Okay, just want a little extra speed. So I can get there a little bit earlier than I have a second to set that up. Nose into the side of that guy in order to get me further out than it wants to let me come out. And then it just, I hit it wrong and it fucked me over on like 3 different jumps it could have given me there. Run poem, what kind of time are you aiming for on 9-1? Also, read above message, please. Read above message, please. This route is meant for world record, it's just that I'm so shit I can't. Getting consistent 11 seconds on 9-2 now. Cool. On 9-1, I'm just going for like a 14-5. As who said it? Yeah, Backmeyer said. Yeah, I'm fine with the 14-5 there. 9-2, you know, again, like a 14-5 would be fine. I'm happy. Pop. Out to nope, did it wrong. Did it wrong. What are you running 9-1 with these days, Noah? 2, 3. all the way out to here, down. Now you got me thinking about it. I'm fucking it up, Noah. God damn it. Go. 1, 2, 3. And then all the way out to here. Good and low. Nice pop out to you. Short one. Slow down a little in midair for that one because I was going real fast. And in with the 14.6. So I'm happy with anything around a 14.5. Out here as well. Depends on what I can get out of it. Here I'll be happy with like a 15.5. Alright, I'll take a 16.4. Just not... If you have to take that third jump on the hillside, it's definitely already a little borked. Come on. Yes! That truck out of nowhere kept me alive, and we got a good line of trucks straight to goal for a 16.1. Oh, Jesus, 9.4. Okay. Some speed. Out to you. Lots of speed for this jump because he's way the hell out here. Get off the back of him. Wait for the claw to go by. The thorn, really, I suppose I could call it. 1, 2, 3. And then long jump, short jump, short jump, short jump, long jump actually on the last one. And then out. Oh, it scrubbed my speed at the end. Still out with the 15.0. Really afraid of dying at that moment. Want to get to the top here. This one I'm aiming for an 18-second or better time. Ooh, that was early. Just take this one. Yep. So I probably won't get the 18-second or better. 18.5. 9.7, I will take absolutely anything, because it's the easy one. It's the easy level. Ooh, I can make it all the way out to here. And then here, I just want to do mainly just W and, hold W and jumps. I'm gonna do that because his nose is up and try and cut the corner. Cock! Alright. We had a good run going, and then I fucked it up right at the end there. I was just so, like, my fingers felt tangled for that last jump. Hit. Stay short, stay low, stay fast, and in for the 14.6. 9.2. To you, off of this guy. Bam. Ah, fuck. I feel like I'm way off center of the keyboard. Like I'm leaning hard to the left, so I'm gonna slide over to this spot. I've been feeling that all day, and I can't believe I haven't done anything about it. It's like the mic, I just had the mic way the fuck over here and felt like I needed to be there. 14.2-ish. If I run 14.5, I just reset. Really. You and Trixie Mix, rather. Trixie's got the better method here that doesn't require the setup, but like I haven't learned it yet. I haven't learned it. But with the setup, 14.5 is just fine. And I definitely wouldn't reset for a... Like, if you're going for 14.2 and you don't get... Do you sometimes get a 13.8, that kind of a thing? Like, is that what you're really running for, but a 14.2 is fine? Because outside of that, I would not reset for 0.3 seconds. This segment is not that competitive. I mean, literally, there aren't as many people on the leaderboards for World 9 because nobody wants to run this son of a bitch. It's not World 1, you know? Where, yeah, 3/10, fuck it, reset. Okay, I got, like, this big, dumb jump that I don't want out of there, but managed to make it work. So we can still get out with a 15-second time, maybe. Yep, 15.0. 9.3 now. Go. I'm not sure I can make that jump. Now I know I can't. Come on. There you go. No, I went off the side of you. To here, and then out for a 20. That's not good. I didn't reset it, but it looks like we got a decent load this time. I rushed it. 1, 2, 3. Gonna love my 9.2 route, though. Yeah? Is it easy? Because I love easy fast. Not a big fan of, you know, hard fast. Boom. No, because he's on his side like that. If I can catch him on the inside, then he can launch me nicely. Boom, and in for a 14-6, which is what I like. 2 14-5s to open. I'm a happy boy. No, okay, we're fine. Yeah! Jesus, I thought I was dead all of a sudden. Go it! Nah. Because I was stuck there hopping up and down, my timing was shitty for the rest of the level. 2, 3. Okay. I got a little extra lift off of that one, because I got so close to the truck in front of me. Ah, yeah! Quit thinking about it, Pawn. Just put in the 14-5. It doesn't matter how low you get. I mean, it does, if you want to go faster. God damn it, I just told you not to. There's also the terrain here on 9-1. Right here in this fall-off, because of the terrain, because there's like a bump, it can suddenly eat your speed. And my method has developed in my hand without me like thinking about it, to where I avoid that. And I don't necessarily know how, is what I mean by it's just in my hand. I don't necessarily know how, but I know that it used to happen to me a lot, and it doesn't happen anymore, except rarely. So it's just there for me. Nice 15-0 out of there. I will take it. 9-3. Gonna stop because you're gonna get hit. Yeah, okay. If we're lucky, we can get a 20-second clear out of here. Nah. No clear. No clear. This world reminds me of my grandma's wake. We held it at a Chuck E. Cheese. I get that same thing, though. I know what you're saying, like, I get the same, like, oh, what am I doing? Same smell from World 9 of just, yeah, there's a Chuck E. Cheese thing here. And my grandma's, well, no, my grandma's, both of my grandmas are still with us. And we wouldn't hold it at a Chuck E. Cheese. How was it? You know, because the pizza's kind of, but I mean, the arcade, that's what you're there for. Grandma, a big Arkanoid fan? What was... 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, at some point here I'm gonna get serious and start going for it. But the problem is, the sooner that I get serious, the less good commentary we get, and the more angry that I start to get. You know? When I'm actually, like, full on every ounce of my effort going into it and it's killing me, then I get angry. When I'm kinda half here in the game and half with the commentary, well, that's a different matter. It's like, well, I missed it. What are you gonna do? I was rambling, you know? Rambling is an important function of the brain, and it requires a fair bit of thought. I can make that, especially if a truck does not drive headfirst into the truck that I'm gonna use as just a safety point, connective tissue. Which I didn't even really need. I could have made it to like the back of the truck forward. Shouldn't have even bothered. Okay. Nice 14-5 and out. 9-2 now. Apparently we got the jump to you. I'm gonna come down a little short so I can connect with you and keep the speed, keep the flow. Pop, 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 pop. Off of this and in for the 14-6. 9-3 now. Let's get lucky. Give me a good load. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking it way the fuck up, too. Stopping here, and then going to goal for a 17-7. Didn't think I'd survive that, did you? Yeah, in the darkness, I made moves. I ran off in the smoke. You fucker. Yeah, again, quit lurching, lounging. Quit lounging. Quit going to the right on me. 1, 2, 3. Then into the run. Beautiful. Beautiful. Click the button. 14-6. If I could click the button, that'd be even better. Look at all the speed I got with that. That's brilliant. Just gonna wait it out, take you from the top of the hill. I'm gonna go all the way out to you. You're gonna have to let me go, though. It's still a good time. 9-7. The incredibly difficult one. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna acknowledge it. Maybe that's the problem today, why I haven't been getting it. I've been trying to pretend like, it's the easy one. We'll just... No big problem here! Alright, managed to get like a something from that. And then there's nothing, and we're dead. And it's just the level. It's just what you get from 9-7. I accept that from 9-7. Ronan Pawn, have you heard of the man who died from falling into the glow stick factory vat of chemicals? He was a very bright man. Okay. I'm starting to think that maybe y'all haven't been holding your grandmother's wake at Chuck E. Cheese's. Are you guys messing with me now? Are you messing with me? Go. 1, 2, 3. Go. You know, now that you say that, you said, who said it? It was back my ear it up. That it needs to be with that 9, oh, it was the 9-3 you meant. But because you mentioned 9-2, I really ought to be going for, like, the incredible clear of 9-2 that we know how to get, because I don't feel like it's unbackable uppable. So I'm gonna focus a little bit more on that. It's not that I haven't been doing it. Alright, didn't quite catch it, and boom, it's backable uppable. Shit. Alright, that's gonna cost us a second. Need to come through here with speed so I don't lose any more time. 15-9, alright, I'll run on it. Remember how much time we have to save if we get the, first time go. No. I was hoping something would come out of climbing that. Like, sometimes you get up there and you're like, oh, that's what I need to do. Quadrupus! Thank you for the subscription. 2nd month. I love seeing the 2-month subscriptions. It means, you know, people who just came around recently are, you know, sticking around. Thank you so much, Quadrupus. I like you, Pawn. Thank you. I like your money. I mean, I like you too. What is the main similarity between McDonald's and pedophiles? They both stick their meat between 10-year-old buns. Okay. That 10 you got like once. Says Backmire. Kind of, yeah. Or anything that's similar to that. The 10-second time. 2, 3. Because anything that like jumps me out past the first 3 or 4 trucks is a nice little time save for my maneuvers. And so long as I'm in the vicinity of eat shit of that tooth, it'll kill me. Apparently. As long as I'm in the vicinity of the trucks that I usually take, I can get to them in a hurry and get out and save, you know, a second or 3. Yeah, just go ahead and eat my speed right at the end of this. That's fine. What does this turn into then? 15-1. Bad next level click. Restart it. 2, 3. Okay. Okay. If I start to get angry, then know that we're getting closer to me actually putting one in. Because he's starting to take it seriously. You know, anger is the path to the dark side, and the path to the dark side is the path to world record. You know, nobody had made a Death Star that big. No one. See, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. If we can do something like that, get a little jump that skips past a couple of those things, and I can come with a 12 instead of a 14. 14 would still be, I'm fine with a 14 if we get that, but, you know, any kind of a pop that'll get me that all the way out there in one go. 14-6. 9-2. To you. That was it! That was gonna be it. That was gonna be the 11-second clear. We'll take the 12.4 though. I mean, I won't kick her out of bed. Yeah! Go, managed to force that forward with a weird improvised this won't work. I can't get forward. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna let that pass, and then I'm gonna go to goal. So it's a time loss overall, because we couldn't get the 16-second clear out of there. No! No! There we go. At least I died in the lava. It wasn't a time loss overall. I did put in a gold there with that method. So now we're down to 30727 on the sum of best. 1, 2, 3. Go. Off the front of you. No, you ate my speed again. I think I can still get a mid 14. 14.8, I'll take it. 9.2 now. No, that's a bad jump from you. Oh, is it though? Alright, fine enough. Fine enough. And in the goal for a 14.1, now 9.3. Nope, have to stop. Let that one pass. How you doing? I don't think you can get me there. I'm gonna wait. Oh, very bad. Very bad. Yeah, very bad for a 21-second clear. I'm not going to reset because that's more time lost. We've already taken way more than we want to. And I mean reset this level at the beginning, like I usually do. And stop. I shouldn't have stopped. It's hard to measure. It's such a big thing. Sometimes very big things, when they get in your face, it's hard to judge their size. Until you get your lip. Never mind. 3, and then you know exactly. And forward unto dawn. That's a good one. That's a good run. In with the 14.5. 9.2 now, all the way out to the third truck on the left, off the top of you. Kick me forward. Ah, I missed it. I want to connect with that truck on the side of him and just get flung out into the lava. Weird to hear myself say that, too, because 9.2 used to be such a sketchy level, and I knew that it didn't have to be, but it was anyway, for me, you know? It's like, just coming out of there alive, I was happy. Now to hear myself saying, what I want to do is I want to get flung wildly out into the lava, and then I'll just sort of figure it out once I get there. Shows a drastic improvement. Drastic improvement in my level of comfort in the middle of the lava fields, anyway. Go. 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 And out for the 14.5. 9.2. Off the top of the third one. Forward, not going to make it all the way there, but I'll take this one if I can get it. I got it. If I would have ran that differently, I could have skipped that truck, but we'll just keep the flow going off the top of you and into the goal for 15.8. Not a great time, but if we can get the time save here, it'll be a happy day nonetheless. They gave me an easy way to get forward this time, which is nice and rare. And we've got the 16-second clear out of here. Holy crap, they actually gave me one. I didn't reset, and I really should have, but the trucks didn't look like they were going crazy. So if they can just remain uncrazy for a couple of seconds longer, we'll put her in the goal. Now, 1, 2, 3. Off of you. Didn't catch the top. Oh, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. That is such a time loss, even if we get out alive. Which we probably will. You see what was coming to kill us? Don't worry about it. 9.6. We've got so much potential time save in 9.10 that we can afford seconds. I can't get to you for the jump that I like to take. But this ain't that bad. I'm going straight to goal on that one. 18.3, considering, is amazing. Okay, missed that. Gonna need you. Gonna need you. Pop. I don't see a way over there yet. And now we're really behind the levels on, you know, the cycles on this level. Fuck! God damn it! It's a good fucking run! Fuck did I miss that? It's just a simple landing. The fucking... See, now we're getting close to it. Now he's gonna put one in. He's fucking angry. He's shouting at it. Now he's fucking serious. Well, he's getting there anyway. We got 3 more hours. You know, first he has to get angry, then he has to scream, he has to throw something at the wall, bite down on an object because he's so frustrated, and then he'll get really relaxed again, start chatting with us, and then boom, world record. That's how it goes. It's just my cycle. 14.3 out of there. Loving that clear. 9.3 stop, because you're gonna get touched. I wasn't sure how much. Should have set up a mega jump. Heated gamer moment. Table flips are a-comin'. And when we get to the table flip, we are precisely 2/3 of the way to world record. Go. Go. Click the button! And hovering over it. You did it. When he stops being able to, like, speak clearly, now we're really close. Now we're starts adding extra syllables to words. Now we're nearly to the world record. Nope. Little sock catch there. Not gonna slow me down, except where it took seconds off of my time, but we don't consider that slowdown. Go. Off of you. Nope! Alright, gonna have to take the backup. Holy crap, I actually went in the lava, came out of it. Did you see that, like, little one black frame there? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nope. Gonna need this still. Ah! I got so much forward velocity, I couldn't stop it. Couldn't decide whether to go try for, like, the ones forward or slow it down. By the time I was slowing it down, I had already reached the crescendo. AKA the apoapsis. And the apoapsis would be the best place to reverse your speed, but apparently not in Clustertruck. You're away from the center of mass. The gravity is weak. So, all right, let me explain rocket science. So with rocket science, oh, that's bad. It's just a bad start to the level. That's a way to, like, make it back though, right there. I don't know how. Yeah, still a sub 15 time. Hell yeah, nice recovery. Stop. Shit. I can't rush it. Crucifix is already in my way. You're alive anyway. From here. Yeah. To the goal, 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 to the goal. 21. That's awful. Also didn't reset it here again because now we're on really bad time. So we either go fast and do it without a reset or we don't. And I'm okay with either of those considering the bad time we're on. Nice next level. Click. 2, 3, begin the run. Nice. 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 14-4 out of there. All my favorite levels come with a 14-5, basically. Middle 14. Okay. It was a little bit early to be doing that, but I did it. Does it save me any time? It doesn't. 17-9 is great, though. 9-7 now. Again, the easy one. Yeah. Nope. No. Fuck! God damn it! Every single jump I fucking took there, I had to lean into the side of something to try and give me a jump of height. Not a fucking one of them did. It was just enough to make a casual jump, and then it fucking kills me. 1, 2, 3. World record incoming now. Sick of getting to 9-7 and then losing it to that bullshit. Fucking physics doesn't work in a fucking level of your game. Fix it! I don't actually want them to fix it because it's like part of everything now. It's part of my run, it's part of the level, it's part of the world. It's also part of the way that they decided to make World Hell. Like, I'm convinced of it. I don't know, I've never interviewed anybody, but I'm convinced that, like, their mentality for designing Hell was, let's take all of the things that, while we were trying to make levels, we found out we shouldn't do because they're inconsistent and they kind of break the physics engine and stuff, and let's just build the level out of that shit. Because 9-10 is, you know, a level where because of the angles that the trucks are at, you've got, like, black ice on all of them, you can't touch down, you're just sliding all over the fucking things. Fuck. I need to try that. If you can, do it on the left side. You're better at the left mega jump. So you got that. What am I doing? Did I go too many jumps? 1, 2. So you got that. You got 9-7 where, like, because of the tessellated terrain and the angles that the trucks are at, the jumps don't work the way that they're supposed to, the way that they do any other time. Just violating the rules. You got trucks, like, floating on the terrain because the terrain isn't the same as, like, the hitbox for the terrain in some places and stuff like that. I feel like this world, at least a portion of it, was designed specifically in mind with, like, okay, remember all that shit that we tried to make some levels with, and we were like, oh, we can't do that? That's unfair. Let's do that. Let's do, like, a bunch of that. Nope, not gonna make it. From the top of this hill, though, I just might be able to connect with you guys, and then have to wait again, and then come in with the 20-second clear, which sucks. I didn't reset, because the trucks didn't look like they were going crazy. And the resetting does cost me some time. So does popping up backwards up into the air in order to not die. So we are well behind time now. 6 seconds behind time. And all we can save on 9:10. Fuck you, pawn. All we can save on 9:10 is like 15 seconds. Fuck this run. That was commentary killed that one. I was talking and not paying attention to the level. That method is rock solid 100% of the time if I am paying the slightest bit of fucking attention to it. 14-4 out of there, 9-2. Off the third one. Just gonna take out to you. Ah. That sucks. Yeah, I might as well throw myself into the lava on that one. Let's go. Okay. Actually, yeah, good speed. It's like floaty speed, but floaty speed, speed. That's 14-5 out of there. That's what we're looking for. Off of you. Okay, I can make it work. Told you I could make it work. 14-7 out of there. 2 mid-14s to start. Let's have another one. That'd be amazing on these levels. Going in. Nice 16-3. No reset, because the trucks were, you know, casual at the beginning. They didn't immediately go crazy. They are going crazy now. I tried intentionally to come into the side of him because I knew I was going to need a mega jump to clear it. Alright, pawn. Stop not resetting there. Always reset it. Just do it as soon as you clear 9-3. As soon as you clear 9-3, as soon as you click the next level button, reset that fucking level. Because it's just bullshit. Alright, I missed the third truck, so we're going on the second. It's a nice skip. Couple of jumps we don't have to take. And here's an extra jump we have to take that evens it out. 9-3. Looking great, loving it. Give me that. Yes, there's the 16-second clear. Reset. You said you would reset. Then you don't have anything to blame anyway. I mean, other than, like, the level design, the RNG, everything about the game, but you at least can't blame yourself for not having reset it. Go, 9-5. 1, 2, 3. Alright. That's how that's supposed to be. 9-6. Top. Into the side of you. Fling me all the way out to this guy. Keep the run off of that. In with a sub 18. Come on. Nope, it's 18-1. 9-7, you son of a bitch. I'm back. It's been a couple of minutes, hasn't it, you fucking prick? Go. To you. To you. To you. To you. Just wait it, wait it, wait it, wait it. We're out of 9-7 now. Nose up. Let me go. 9-8. Remember how you do this? Yes, I do. That wasn't it, was it? No, that wasn't it. That was the opposite of it. Fuck! I'm gonna keep running it. One more, and then go. And then out to here. And then come out, and then come back, and then boom, and we're in with an 11-something. And 9-9. We're still green. If we can put it in, the 9-10, the new 9-10 thing, we're still doing great. God damn it. I mean, great is a relative term. Okay, steady your fucking nerves here, Quan. Because you're gonna need everything right now. Damn it! I was early. No! Fucking go for it a second time. We missed it. We can't gold now. We can't PB. Oh, eat shit! The fucking... I hit it. That was perfect. That was well managed. The arm didn't fucking disappear. If we can get there like that again, with 6 seconds down, we can come out with a world record. That's how fucking, you know, huge this is. Let me practice this up, because it's been so long since we have. It would be good if I was warm on it. Missed it. That's better. And that's it. Didn't get the full jump, but it's enough of a jump. Land, for fuck's sake. Everything's so slippy up here. And I fuck it up. But we got the clear there. We got the, you know, thing. So I can still do it in 2 or 3 tries, and that's all that we're hoping for. We're just hoping that the first time I put it in is one of the lucky ones. Go. But we're getting there. Fuck you, 9-1. Fucking hate that. I like to sort of spam the spacebar, and it has a value. But sometimes on 9-1 it gives me an extra jump in midair that it shouldn't be giving me, because the level just loaded in. Alright, that sucks. All this sucks. Let's just reset, because there's no reason to run on that. 1, 2, 3. Nice to have the M drive empty. I don't even have to worry about running out of space. My mind just turned to that for a second. Ooh, do you have enough space? Yeah, I got enough space. Just by deleting all of my city's skylines raws. 14-6 bad next level click. That's, like, the next level click is... It's important, man. I messed that up, I'm just throwing time away. Nice clear through here once we got it back on track. 9-3 now. Setting it up. Nope. Alright. Yeah. I can get through. Oh, wow. Fucking 9-7 split on the alley there. Where's the turtle who has carrots something? Because we're bowling. The fuck. Try and land on the trucks, and one truck at the front of it splits like a line of 3 of them coming back, so that the one that I'm about to land on splits open. Sometimes you feel as though Cluster Satan is watching, and he's working against you actively. And he's a bowler. And he has carrot. And he's a hamster. Or something. I forget everything that went into that. Or was it a gerbil? Shit. That was bad. I had to do a little pullback there in order to get back up on top of it, which cost us half a second. Sometimes you can get a little, like, kiss from those and then keep going. In that instance, there's no way to recover my... It was a hamster. It wasn't a gerbil. It wasn't Richard Gere. Alright. Go. See if that's a sub 14.5. Nope, still just a 14.5. Out to you. Got the jump that I want. I'll go off of you. All the way out to there and then fucking die. Another millimeter and I could've worked it. You. Fuck. Now I'm trying to get low for the 9-1. That's just the runner trying to distract themselves. I'm not liking how things are going. I'll try for something really hard up front. 14.5. Alright, just have your 14.5 and, you know, eat it too. That's what you need to do. Alright, 2 jumps off the hill, we can still sub 15 it. Yep, 14.9, 9.3. Just want a little bit of fortune here. If we can't get it, we'll try and force it. Forcing it is not easy. Wow, a bunch of trucks got through there. No. No. Fuck. It's just disheartening. This world is ultimately disheartening. Mainly because of 9.3. Because you need a clear of that level. I mean, we don't. Maybe I should just ignore it and just, like, if the 16-second is there, if not, I'll just go for the 20. Because we don't need it. And then I'm not being disheartened by 9... whatever it is. 9.3. We don't need it with this new method that I've got. We don't need that either. We don't need anything. We don't need to run the game with this 9.10. It's so good. It saves so much time that you don't actually have to play the game. Yeah. Okay. Made it up to here. Who's still going? We got some goers, but I'm just gonna wait it, because we know we can. So we wait it, we reset this level. It's a fucking truck and them had been thrown up to, like, you know, skyscraper heights at the end of the level when I loaded it up the first time. That's why we reset, because it's weirder, nastier, and angrier on the first load than it usually is. We are going very slow through here. Everything I've done so far has been slow. Question is, can I PB by going slow, but having this new method tacked onto the end? Can I? Okay, nice kick from that. I don't think I'm gonna make it all the way out there, so I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Yeah! Give me the big jump to gold on. I'm gonna get stuck. Again, slow. Just losing a second on every level. Can he still somehow make it work? Nope, because 9.7 didn't give me any fucking way to clear it whatsoever. So we start again. But yeah, I'm going to accept a lot of little time losses. Why not? Why not? Why suffer for, you know, every 10th of a second when you've just got developed a 10 to 15 second time save for the final level? Why? Why would a man do such a thing to themselves for the past 2 hours of this live stream? Why would anyone subject themselves to watching that man do that thing for the past 2 hours? Be a damn fool. Yep, some more bowling. And the trucks are the pins. Just gonna wait you out, and then go. So in with the 20-second clear, reset immediately. Damn it. Ooh. Alright. Yeah. I can see a path. Not a very fast path, but we're not worried about speed. As speedrunners. 2, 3. Go. Holy! Nice. 14.6 out of there. It was a bunch of short pops, which were faster. I don't usually do that. I usually do long pop. At the end, anyway. Nice launch. Can I make it? I made it. And I'm in the goal for an 18, 17.9 really. Eat shit and fucking die! 1, 2. When I start shouting eat shit and die, then we know it's about to come in for us. Here we go. I see that you guys are talking in chat. I'll be with you in just a sec. Just let me die over here on 9.2 a couple of times. Holy Brilliant, beautiful 13-1. Green time in my splits. What's that about? And it looks like there's a path forward. There is. Stop. Not anymore, there isn't. Alright, just wait it, Paul. You said that you would wait it. So we lose some of that time. You didn't reset. I know, I didn't. I should have, and I didn't. That's just the facts. Cunt! Cunt! I did what I did because the truck came up, it's underneath me, you're supposed to get it, and it didn't. I just got here, so it'll be a while before I'm that foolish, says Ontag. PBs that are slow at start are more fun to run against. Do it for future pawn. That's true. That's true. There's less to be like, I need every single ounce of every single thing just to stay on green time here. When your PB kind of starts slow and gets fast. 2, 3, which is why I'm intentionally trying to be slow on this speed run. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Fuck. Just give me the fucking open, you fucking fuck. I've been here all fucking day. How many days are we gonna run World 9, huh? Well, how many brand new revolutionary strats are you gonna come up with for 9-10? We're gonna have to do it pretty much once every time that happens, so it's really your fault if anybody's fault. We're here again. We probably would have had more shots at actually getting the 9-10 clear if we would have just run the full game to start. Holy! You fucking cunt. 1, 2, 3. Because I would have cleared the full game, you know, I would have gotten to 9-10 more often than while running World 9 as a segment. There we go. Nice kick out of there. I'll take it. It's not going to give us the best speed we've ever seen, but it's going to give us a nice in for 14-2. 9-3 now. One that I don't need. I want, but I don't need. Remember that, Paul. Whoa! Jesus Christ, almost. Yeah, there's nothing here. Yeah, that wasn't going to work either. Into the goal. The 22nd. Reset immediately. Oh, I see what it is. On the first load, the thorn. There's a thorn in the middle that comes up like immediately on the first load, or at least sometimes. Nice. 1, 2, 3. So resetting it negates that. Uh-oh. I caught a sock and now we're out of sequence. I'm still in, it's just slower than I want it to be. Now 9-6 up the hill, just 9-6 my way up 9-6. Yeah, I got enough. Out to you and in. Now 9-7, the easy one. Really simple, everything always goes the same way. And it's fine, and you never really have to struggle for it, and you're never, like, having to change your shorts after coming through this level in the full game, because it's just easy and normal, and what's scary about any of this? Will you go? The lava is now so high that I'm probably gonna be in it. Yep. And we reset. No path to goal on that iteration of the fucking game. 3. You chose this game, and this world, and everything that's going on right now. That doesn't seem possible. No, I couldn't have. That wasn't me. I wouldn't have done that. Some other incarnation of a parallel universe self, perhaps, but not me. I'm not that self-destructive. Yeah, you shit. 2, 3. You know, there is a part of me, I think there's a part of me that does this. that intentionally, like, fails and fails and fails. Because it's so much more satisfying. You finally get something. I mean, it's hard and everything, but I think I throw shit away. I think my subconscious gets in there and throws away good shit. Because it wants, the fuck was that? Did the world suddenly shift to the left a bit? I subconsciously want to have suffered an amount that is equal to, you know, the reward that I will receive. It's also why I haven't been financially successful. I demand to suffer before I can, you know, acquire anything. Fuck. And this is my suffering, alright. 2, 3. You know, what would you say the big stopgaps are here? I would say 9-3, obviously 9-7. Those are the two big ones. 9-4 to a lesser extent is a, you know, run-ending bullshit, Jesus Christ, what are we doing with our lives kind of a thing. But I would say the big stopgaps are just 9-3 and 9-7. So if you get past 9-3 and 9-4. 9-4 to a lesser extent. 9-1 and 9-2, occasionally you fuck them up, but you know, they're not like, it doesn't feel like you had something and you lost it on 9-1 or 9-2. It's just, if anything, feeling weak of mind from the grind. You know, deterioration of will. Go! More will! 14-6. Alright, I want to land the U. That's... Why would you pop up there? What was there possibly for you to pop up against? Yeah, I can't. I was looking for a way to make the speed back out of that one. Couldn't. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Click the fucking button. Out to the third one. Way out. You're my guy. All the way to you. Pop, pop, pop. And in for like a 13. 3. Wow. That's the kind of start we want. That'd be great. It'd be great to take all the way to 9-10. Come on! Okay? Gonna go it! Yes! For the 16-5. Reset immediately. Okay, that is not a great way to start this. That is a really not a great way to start this. But I will take the death, and I'm just gonna try and run, you know, stupidly fast where there's no chance that you could survive because you're running too fast. Okay, I don't have an option for that anymore. Not sure that I have an option to clear the level anymore. 1, how far are we back? 6? 3, we can deal with 6. We know we can deal with 6. Because of all the time save we have ahead. With the new method, if we happen to get it. It'd be amazing to beat the Deathless World record with a run that had a death in it. To beat my Deathless PB with a run that had a death in it. But that is the power of the 9-10 skip, friends. The new 9-10 skip. 3. Go! Cock-sucking, motherfucking, shit-eating, dick-licking, fucking motherfucker. I am available for children's birthday parties, by the way. Go. Alright, we'll come down on the fucking left side then, if you're not gonna give me enough height or speed to make the jump. Look like I give a shit! A new 9-10 skip? I cannot wait to see it. Well, it's gonna be it's gonna be a minute, Zorklop. Or no, wait. It was Ryden Belmont. So is sub 3 possible with that new skip? Technically. Fuck you. Technically, sum of best in World 9 comes down to like 250s, or Noah's got a 249. My sum, I haven't done it yet. I haven't had it in a segment. He hasn't had it in like a good segment yet. That's like a PB or that he wants to send to the boards. Oh, it's magic. Fuck. It's still in though with a great time because it's in with an average time. Damn it. That could have been awesome. But yeah, some of best does come down. Give me that. Okay, now some of you are gonna get hit. And you're just gonna tilt over and I'm not gonna be, and you're just gonna shove me right the fuck off of it, aren't you? So yeah, some of best comes down. In terms of it being actually possible to get to 3 minutes, I don't know. Sub 3 minutes? I don't know if that's gonna happen for any of us, no matter how fast we run. We'll see. I would say Noah is the most dedicated to that kind of a thing. Noah's been working on a world record run for World 9 for a while now. You know, on and off in free time. And he's got a lot better methods for this stuff than I do, you know, a lot faster. I'm just, you know, I'm a god in my own way. Okay, stop. To the right. Nope. Yeah, alright. It's fine. We can lose time here. Reset. Go. Okay. You son of a bitch! Stepping up on me right when I'm about to land on you. Why don't you do that? Okay, that's more time lost. 2, 3. Pull it back, Pawn. Jesus Christ, you're all over the place here. Okay. I lost time by not, you know, by the beginning, but we're still out. The reasonable sub 15. Up the hill. Into the side of you. Didn't get enough, so I'll stop back here instead. If I can take the speed with me, I'll go straight to goal off that for an 18-0. Now, the motherfucker. You're not driving anymore. Okay. We got through the motherfucker. And with a good time. Remember how to do this. I didn't get it. I fucked it up. I'm gonna go all the way out to here, and then we're gonna jump, and then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna go in. Holy shit. 9-9. Loosen up, Vaughn. Loosen up. Yes! Loosen up, Vaughn. Yes! Yes! New PB! World record! World record! In 3 minutes and 15 seconds or less, world fucking record! Oh my god! Oh my god! That is deep, deep world record! Can feel that in the back of your teeth, that's how much world record that is! Ah! And I didn't stop the timer because I wanted to make sure that the credits rolled to prove that, because it was the fail skip ending where you die but it worked. We can stop running Hell World now. I have the world record. You were here, Raiden Belmont, and John Law, and CG89, and On to Edge, and Come With It or Go Home, WT or Go Home, Lack Love and Real Shimo, and Theremin 72, and Laws, and LFT, and Real Shit, who I already read, and Sciato. You were here for the world fucking record in hell. You waste a lot of time today, honestly. Think of all the things you could have been doing that would have been worthwhile. Me, I got the world record. You just watched it. I don't know. Weird orgasm, but okay. Isn't that how everyone orgasms? Oh, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. All right, so first off, stop the recording. Start the recording. So now I can edit when I go to edit, but let's pull up them leaderboards. Let's get some leaderboards in our face. Give me a new tab over here. Because that was in less than 3:15. By the time I looked over and took account of it, it was 3:15. So speedrun.com, full game, no ability percent. The level leaderboard for the segment Hell in the no ability percent, Trixie Mix 318, my 322 that was put in last 1 week ago today, I came in second place. Developing this new method, getting it in on first fucking try, immediately 4 seconds shaved off of what was a slow run. If I would have had my 3-minute 22-second run come in and nailed it first time, we would be talking about like a 3... No, I just killed it, didn't I? Be talking about a sub 310 time. Oh, and Noah Craw, I am sorry, because you've been working really hard on the world record, but with this method, you can definitely go faster than I did right there and take the world record back from me. You just, gotta hit it first time on that outro. Ronan Pawn, heard you're available for children's birthdays. How much for 2 hours? I mean, if you don't mind the clown shouting cunt occasionally, then I'm available. We'll be telling my grandchildren about that moment. I'm sure this is on I saw the Ronan Pawn once on a live stream shout the word cunt a number of times. And don't tell your mother that I'm telling you this. He shouted cunt a lot. Eat, shit, and die. He used to love saying that all the time. No, come back. I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you, Debbie. Debbie, sit there. All right. I saw him putting the world record on Hell World. When it was done, he apologized to the other runners because he's such a sweet man. And then he yelled cunt a lot more. What's a cunt? Oh, well, let me show you. Look at this magazine, Debbie. This one's shaved. This beaver... All right, so we're going to review that, run right now. And we're going to find out what the time actually was on it, or get a little bit close anyway, because that's the kind of thing that I like to do. We were running for an hour since I started that recording. Okay. I'm going to mute you. By you, I mean me. And then I'm going to drop my live split. I'm going to drop my input overlay so we can see the one that's actually recorded in the video. And, it's still going. Okay. So, somewhere out here, is this the final run? 2:22.6, 2:08.9. This is the final run. So let's watch it all the way up to it first off. We'll jump back to the beginning, which is going to be right around here. What's going on here, says Gijon Breaker. What the hell is going on here? It's the cunting world record I just got in World 9. We're about to watch it back. I joined in to hear talk of cunts, orgasms, and world records. Yep. It's just any given day on the Ronan Vaughn channel. So starting up here, first off, let's check when the timer starts and when I press the button. Okay, press the fucking button at some point. Okay, so now we can go back. Maybe. This is going to be hard in this program in particular. So what we're looking for is timing begins when you press that button the second time. So you'll see that the timer goes a little bit whiter. If it's just a shade grayer, brighter gray than it is right now, then I'll have pressed the button. And what I like to do is check to see when I actually started the timer, since I have to start it manually, against that time to see if we get anything back. See? The timer's started and I haven't clicked the button yet. So it's less than 0.11, so it's gonna be maybe a 0.06 I get back. I get 0.06 of a second back on my time when I go to put this together. Let's watch the run. Presuming I've got the right run here. I think I do. So we start out 3 delaying jumps, the big jump across here. I mean, Noah was talking about he's got a, you know, like the time I'm about to put in, Noah would have reset on this time. 14.6 to start. Noah's like, I can't run on a 14.6. And I got the world record over here, so when Noah does put in his run, it's going to be pretty damn epic. We got a really nice kick out to the middle of the lava there, but it just didn't really come together for an extra time save, so we come out with a 14.7. I'm totally happy with that, and we're half a second ahead of PB at this point. Now, did this come together for the 16-second clear, or did we have to take the 20-second clear? It's looking like we had to take the 20-second clear, huh? Yeah, because there's no way I'm getting through there. In fact, 19.6, it's a good one. Did the reset there, so we've lost 1.9 seconds at this point in the run over PB. Did the reset, which say it loses me a little bit more time. Losing more time right there because the truck I was just about to jump off of shifted and then put its nose up, so I had to do a little fucking loop in midair. But we get out of it. We're now 6.5 seconds behind PB. Though still deathless through World 9. Can you believe this shit? This is the world record. It is at 1.6.5 seconds behind my previous second place run. We come out of here 6.7 seconds behind PB. This is the power of our brand new 910 arm glitch skip. Whatever we're going to call it. I don't like that. We had some really good ideas last stream, you know? I liked the, like, get me coffee, Deborah, I think was one of it, Skip. Because it's when Satan slams down his big mug. I liked a lot, we had a lot of good ones back then, but I haven't settled on any of them for the name yet. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll just give it a different name every time. We actually had a pretty damn good 9.7 here. I managed to get to a lot of the front trucks and get out of this with a sub 24 time. Look at that. Boom. Immediately 3 seconds over PB we just got back by having a decent run of 9.7, which is very much up to 9.7. This, I fucked up immediately, and I am on the verge of death every second through here to come out with a 3.0 time because in my PB, I was also on the verge of fucking death throughout the whole damn thing. We're just 3 seconds over my second place run that we put in 7 days ago in this segment. And by the way, we would not have come back to run this segment for a good long time if we hadn't developed a whole new skip in 9.10. Coming out of 9.9, we're now just 2.5 seconds behind. We pulled back all that time. It's just saved it. Saved all that law. Not all, 2.5, but that's a lot that we saved. Come down here, put the pop in, lean into him. This was so close. I was millimeters from dying right there. Get up to the top, start the climb, get up here, pop up to the right, up, over. How long did it take me? 25.8 second clear. We have a 3:14.12 that might be a 3:14.0, that might be a 3:13 time. That is such a low 3:14. We're going to get a little bit time back because I started the timer early, so we'll get 600ths of a second back or something around there usually. And then when we get to the individual frame where I actually hit the button on killing Satan, that's where time stops. And if that's 2 frames ago, this just might be a sub 3:14. We might have 3:13 out of this thing. Holy shit, that's world record. Let's try and stop it even closer. I line it up. 3:14.17. Nope, that wasn't closer. 3:14.09, and that is definitely a frame after. So I'm convinced at this point that this is either going to be a 3:14.00 or less than 3:14, because we're probably going to get some time back from the beginning, like I said. Wow. And let's just look at that skip again. The 9:10 skip. This is what made this run possible, because we're 2.5 seconds behind my time, and the world record. My best time at this point, while we're running it, is 3:22.3. The world record was 3 minutes and 18 seconds. We are, my time behind the world record plus 2.5 seconds behind world record, at this point. And this is the power of this skip. We come to the front, we stop here, we get over to the edge, We line it up. We want to be able to see that side of the truck to know that we're close enough to the edge that the next time that we tap left, we're going to step off and we can immediately take this little pop jump that you get by stepping off and just popping your way back to the right. We wait for the right cue. The cue is audio, and it's also just knowing the timing in your cockles. But you hear Satan, you hear like, to a certain point, and you're like, okay, that's the time to go. We get off the side of the truck, we lean back into it as we pop to the right, come across here just as he's slamming down, put our face into this truck and hold it there while holding the jump button. I'm holding down spacebar, just and trying to keep my face into it, and I slipped through and almost hit his fucking fist on the inside there, but his hand glitches because you're not supposed to be there, snaps to the other side of the map. His arm just goes to the place where it's like, if you're at that height, then I guess you already did this part of the map, so I guess my arm should be over here. Boom. Gets out of my way in like within a frame of killing me in order to send me straight up to the top so that in 11 seconds or maybe 14 seconds, I'm landing. Like we're touching his wrist, Satan's wrist, in 11 seconds using this method. When you're going up it the casual way, the usual way, or the way that we usually do it, the fastest you can possibly get to touching Satan's wrist is 17 seconds. And then you have to climb his whole arm and go up a lower rung and then come up an upper rung. But by doing this, we connect with Satan's arm at 10 seconds. We're being flung at 11 seconds, and we're landed on the upper rung of trucks within 14 seconds. In 14 seconds, we'd still be just running to get to Satan's arm, and we're already moving to the goal here. This skip revolutionizes the no ability percent category. Everyone is going to have to start going for this, have to start training this, because it saves so much time, and you can fail it once in a full game run, and still be able to save time over the conventional method if you get it in the second time. You can absolutely not lose any time on the second attempt and possibly still save a second or two. It's fucking amazing. It's like a 7.5 time save. Is it? Or 7.5% time save. Why did nobody even think to develop this skip before now, says Gijan Breaker? Actually, it was Snakeathon who, discovered that this could be done in Clustertruck. Stop and let's get back into Clustertruck. Some time ago, I remember seeing someone, I believe it was Snakeathon's run, I believe I saw Snake doing this method like a year ago. But his method was to take a jump and then come into it and fling yourself to where we're still flinging ourselves. The only thing that I changed about his method to try and make it run viable is that we set it up and then we force the jump that way instead of the other way. By walking off the side as opposed to taking the jump. And by walking off the side, it means it's that much more consistent. You have that much more control over when you leave and therefore when you arrive, which means that, 1 in 3 for me right now, it's about 1 in 3 chance that I will, bring this in, get it up here, and drive it in. Now that's not how, you want the game to end at that point, and it didn't. Oh, okay. So instead... oh, wait. I'll do it again! That's the other part of the skip. If you don't hit the button in just the right way, then it goes... You're supposed to have to climb Satan twice, and the lasers, and the fire. This is early. I went too early. Yeah. If I'm talking. This skip has a... What are you doing? No, you're not running. Don't hit that button. This skip has a lot... It's like... It's the equivalent of a 1-pixel trick. But because it's in 3D space, I would say that it's all about timing and landing it correctly. There's a lot of actual places where you can stick it there, but just because it's in like a 3D... just because it's in a 3D environment and you have this little fucking NASA-style margin of error, where it's like, we can hit it between 2.3 and 2.6 degrees, otherwise the astronauts either burn up or skip off into space and back out to the moon. Since you've got that little margin of error, I would say it is the equivalent of a maybe a 2 or 3 pixel, you know, and you got a couple of frames to do it. It's hard. It's not super hard. And we just did it in the fucking world record for Hell World, ladies and gentlemen. And I ain't going to top that for tonight. I like to end on a success. So we are wrapping it up for today. Watching Pawn freak out behind Pawn is trippy. Touching Satan's wrist is that's not, no, the wrist is not masturbation. That's not, you know, doing this. That's, you can do this in public even. If you do that in public, people will just think you have a sore wrist, even though it's basically the same motion. They'll be like, would you like some balm? You could be like, yeah, okay. You got any Kleenex for later? But they'll think it's it's just innocuous thing. People are stupid, man. People are stupid. Stop. I was going to do the outro, but stop. Let's see if somebody else is streaming right now, and maybe we want to raid them. And if not, then I'll do the outro and we'll roll credits. Thank you so much, everybody who's come out, who was there to see it, everybody who's subbed today and, you know, thrown some money my way and just, you know, there to say, keep going, Pawn. It's a cunt of a level. I appreciate it. Let's see if anybody else in my list, you know, people who I know, people who I like, people who I wouldn't be sad to deliver you to. Ooh, Nyloom. Hang on. Oh, God. I gotta watch the ad, but I want to make sure, 1, that she's streaming, and 2, that she is who I think she is. Because it's been a while since I've managed to catch her live streaming, and I had her confused for someone else at some point in my list. But, yeah, I would love to raid Nyloom. Speedrunner, another speedrunner. She says she's doing DKC today, Donkey Kong Country. Thank you for the sub. I ran into her running Banjo-Kazooie, though. She does BK as a speedrun right now. DK? Yeah. All right. I want to raid Nyloom. Who wants to raid Nyloom with me? And also, who just subscribed? Benedetto. Benedetto. It's Benedetto. Thank you for the sub. It's the 2-month streak. Yes. Yes. I'm so excited to see, like, new people who are also sticking around. Makes me happy. No one, that is not the message. That is not the raid message. Do not put that in there. Raid message is, you know, put the Clustertrucks in chat if you've got the you know, if you've got the subscription. If you don't, just shout, it's a Ronin Pawnvoy. Ronin Pawnvoy, and then people who have subscriptions, and you guys, okay, so if you don't have the things, you shout that, and then the people who have subs and can use the emotes, put the trucks in chat, which are the Ronin Pawnvoy chats. That's what we're gonna do. So, who's ready? Raiding Nyloom. Maybe make sure that you're sending it to the right, but it is. All right, we're gonna get ready to raid Nyloom, okay? Cool, I'm gonna spam, no, do not do that. Do not, that's just mean. It's definitely, she is very chill, she is very cool, she's just a, you know, laid-back runner. I like Nyloom. Don't embarrass me, you bastards. We're gonna raid Nyloom. So if you're on board, all 40 of you, then go say hi to Nyloom, drop some Ronin Pawnvoys in chat. I am the Ronin Pawn. Let her know I just took world record in Hell level in Clustertruck. It should be like, what's Clustertruck? Let's go watch a little Nyloom together. I'll see you guys next time. Pawn out. And then some time to buffer. And then I'll click the raid now button. Now.